Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good
Welcome
early morning
to
for some of us.
Championship week.
Probably for a lot of people, the last day of the fantasy season, but it's a big one. And if you're still listening, if you're still paying attention, that might just mean you have stakes at play today. So congrats for getting to this point once again, and for having, all the chips to play for. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. I gotta fix something on the stream. The ticker is malfunctioning, or no, the alert box.
Okay. While you,
Austin Bonner, thank you so much for the super. Good morning.
Oh, thanks, Austin. Appreciate that.
AJ and either Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Deontay Johnson, or Waddle.
Man, I'm having some chat. I guess I'm having some chat issues myself from yesterday. I don't see the super, but let me reboot really quick and see if I.
Maybe because it came. I had this open and it came in.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, let me reset.
Started.
Can you repeat the super question?
Yeah, AJ Brown and either Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Deontay Johnson, or Jalen Waddle.
I mean,
Tyreek, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Tyreek Hill.
It's got to be Tyreek, no CEH.
I can't sit Tyreek Hill. Yeah, right.
Kelsey coming back from an absence.
I mean, just like you probably drafted him at the end of the first round, if not at the really high second round. Like you drafted him to be your frontline stud. And there's been plenty this year for me to feel fine going back to that well. Especially in a game that could be a shootout. Points could be scored. What's the expected over/under what's the points scored expected for Bengals Chiefs? It's got to be one of the highest on the. It's got to be one of the highest on the slate. Tyreek Hill.
I go Tyreek. Is it working?
Let me see. The over/under. Sorry. Oh yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, Austin. The over/under is 50.5. Points are expected to be scored. So Tyreek. And I'm sorry that I don't see it. I don't know what's going on with my.
And
with my
this
chat.
is Guillotine League, full PPR.
Right. Yeah.
Tyreek.
Well, I mean, you have all these, right. So you have a lot of. Your team is ridiculous at this point. Still got to play the best of the best.
Yep. And thank you very much for the super and the kind words.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Greg
it.
Z, what's going on?
What's up, Greg?
Happy Sunday to you too.
Yes, sir.
Does Beasley present a better situation at all than Amon-Ra St. Brown? No.
No,
Amon-Ra St. Brown presents a lot better of a situation. I believe he's like wide receiver 2 through the past 4 games. The wide receiver 2.
The wide receiver 2. It's believable.
So.
He's been racking up rock solid stat lines for the past month. Beasley on any given day is the Bills' 4th option in the passing game, or 5th. It's got to be Amon-Ra. Gotta go Amon-Ra. And in full
the
PPR,
wide receiver 5.
In full PPR, I mean, he catches 8 balls, like boom, there you go. Like you in all likelihood, you've got a floor play.
He's been a wide receiver 1 for like the past month and a half.
Yeah.
Basically since Hawk has been out of the picture.
Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Sun God. Let's go.
Alex, what's going on? Best floor play.
What's up, Alex?
Evans limited, Ayuk or Berrios?
I'm playing Mike Evans.
We gotta play Mike Evans out of those guys.
Despite despite what they're calling for, it could be 50% of the snaps. It could be, it could be dicey. Give me the best player. Give me the guy that I drafted in the 4th or 5th round, as one of my team's anchors.
Ayuk we expect Trey Lance to do
Evans.
well from a fantasy perspective, but we don't know how well he's gonna be or how good he's gonna be at distributing the ball to his playmakers. So I don't know if you can trust Ayuk even to be a floor play this week. And Berrios,
I mean,
he's the floor play. If you want to go pure floor play, Berrios.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be going Evans all day.
Give me Evans.
Yep.
Crumply Heads, what's going on?
How you doing, Crumply Heads?
Formerly known as.
Carter, Jared Patterson, Ramondre Stevenson, Donta Foreman, choose 2. Jared Patterson is in there for me.
Who are the Titans playing? The Titans are the Miami. Patterson and Foreman is the 1A in a tougher matchup against Miami. They've been good against the run. Ramondre Stevenson is in a plus matchup, a very favorable situation but only 1 week removed from coming off the COVID list.
Right.
If you're able to find anything about if Ramondre Stevenson was asymptomatic and therefore, conditioning is fine, nothing to worry about there, then I would probably fire up Ramondre. I haven't been able to find anything about that, though.
Me neither.
So it's a little dicey. Foreman, we know for sure, is healthy. He hurt his ankle a couple of weeks ago, but 10 days off, he's okay.
It's hard for me not to play Foreman.
I think Foreman is the safe play.
Steve, I'd be playing Patterson and Foreman.
Foreman is the safe play. It's a tough matchup, but the Titans are at home. It's part of their bread and butter. Stevenson, I mean, I love a running back with, where the team is favored to win the game by 15 points, to win the game by 2 touchdowns. But week removed from the COVID list gives me some pause.
Yeah. Well, I'm going Patterson and Foreman.
Yeah, I feel okay with that. Carter's playing the Bucs. It's just,
he could get game scripted out of that game plan real early.
Yep. Bob Stone, what's going on?
How you doing, Bob?
Pick 2, half PPR. Elijah Mitchell, Devin Singletary, Rashad Penny. Elijah Mitchell is expected to play today against Houston. These are
Penny
3 good options.
Penny would be in for me for sure.
I would play Mitchell.
Singletary and Mitchell.
I would play Mitchell. The matchup is so good, and if he's expected to play this offense, the more I think about it, yes, there are a lot of mouths to feed in this backfield, but are they going to run Debo as much with a healthy Elijah Mitchell? I can't imagine they get away from their game plan completely because Debo's been so elite, doing literally whatever has been asked of him this year. But if Elijah Mitchell is in, at this point, I can't think of a reason why he doesn't get 15 touches in one of the best matchups of the year against Houston. Mitchell. I know Singletary has come on strong and taken control of this Bills backfield, and the matchup is great. But at the end of the day, it's about the offensive philosophy. The 49ers want to run the ball. The Bills want to pass the ball.
Yeah,
Singletary
Penny
does
and
not
Mitchell.
factor in as much there. I would play Mitchell. Penny, I agree. Against the Lions, in the elements that's expected to rain, I think has to be in. I think Penny has to be in. And then I would go Mitchell.
Yep. Yeah, I'd stick with that. Anthony Garcia, How you doing, man?
What's going on, Anthony?
Adams is my wide receiver 1 CPAC currently in there. Do I pick up MVS or Lazard or possibly a higher ceiling?
I don't hate the idea. Let me rephrase that. I understand the logic of
I would keep
wanting to pivot off of Patterson. I don't think I would move him I don't think I would move him out for these guys because it's a crapshoot which one will actually do something. I would lean Lazard because MVS, again, you might hear me say this a lot today, a week removed from the COVID list gives me pause with MVS. That being said, either one of these dudes could pop. And you already have the dude who is
do you have
most
Aaron
likely
Rodgers
in this offense to pop
as
off.
your quarterback? Who's your quarterback? If you have Aaron Rodgers, double stack.
Yeah, even then, Patterson. I understand wanting to pivot off Patterson today. He has dudded the past couple weeks, and it's as bad a matchup as I'll probably see this year. These guys don't move that needle for me, personally.
I'd be sticking with CPAT.
Yeah.
Yep. Sotober, good morning. Mixon,
What's going on,
Jacobs, Sony, Ronald Jones, Elijah Mitchell, Dare Ogunbowale. Should I be worried about Jefferson or Chase this week?
Why be worried about Chase?
Because
Kansas City's defense has been playing better recently.
I wouldn't be worried about either of those guys.
I wouldn't be worried about Chase. Jefferson, unless you got another stud, and there are some tier breaks here that are at play, but I'm playing Jefferson. They might be ugly targets, but he'll get peppered with 15 of them.
Yeah, and you're playing 2 running backs, so
Mixon's got to be in.
Ronald Jones.
Mixon's got to be in.
Mixon Ronald Jones.
It's between Ronald Jones and I mean, for me, Sony. We know for a fact Cam Akers is not going to play. Sony's going to get all the work in that Rams backfield.
Yeah.
Ronald Jones has far and away the best matchup, and both Antonio Brown and Mike Evans are expected to play. Mike Evans is expected to play a limited snap share. How much? Like, is that 50%? Is that 75%? That's an educated guess at this point. But they're in. They're both in. Antonio Brown's also expected to play. So does that help Ronald Jones? Does that take
that helps him
opportunities away from Ronald Jones?
That helps him. I don't think it takes away opportunities from him. That helps him.
Most likely not. Well, maybe a catch or two here or there.
I mean, they're going to get up early, and then they're going to use Jones almost exclusively in the second half. Right?
Yeah. But Sony might be a part of the game plan all game.
Yeah. But matchup, I mean...
Matchup goes to Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Matchup goes to Ronald Jones. All right, here's the... Matchup goes to Ronald Jones, and I've been all this. If you've listened to us on these streams, we've been big proponents of targeting matchups that are more favorable. Whether that works out 100% of the time is another conversation. But if you believe in playing the guy in the better matchup, it's Ronald Jones. If you if you believe in what I think is the better player,
who are the Rams playing?
It's Sony Michel. They're on the road against Baltimore. That's not a scary matchup these days. Baltimore's pretty decimated by injuries and COVID. I think they had like 30 players out last week. I don't know how many of those players they're getting back, but I can't imagine it's all 30.
The Ravens are averaging 19.7 fantasy points to opposing running backs. The Jets are averaging 30.5.
The Jets are averaging more. I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
It's more than a 10-point difference there.
I understand. I'm just making an argument for I understand. If you want to play the matchup, the answer is Ronald Jones. And that conversation's not close. If you want, I just wanted to make my case for who I think is the better player in Sony Michel.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there. So from there, I mean, hopefully that helps. Sotober. Mixon, I think, is a slam dunk. By the way, the chat's not loading for me on my screen. But Mixon
that
for
refresh
sure.
Button, bro.
Okay. Mixon for sure. And Ronald Jones, if you want the matchup, that's not close. Sony, I think, is the better player for what it's worth.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be worried about the wide receivers.
There you go.
Nico, what's happening?
What's up, Nico?
Trey Lance or Tua? Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, baby.
Trey Lance.
It's Trey Lance week. It's Trey Lance week. I'm all aboard the Lance train. The only guys I'm not starting over Trey Lance are the studs, and that includes a guy like Tom Brady now that I know that Evans and Antonio Brown are expected to play. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, you know the list. Dak, you know, like Herbert, Burrow, like and Brady. Those guys I'm playing. Like, full stop. After that, Jalen Hurts is in the conversation as well. Although I feel like I'm a little lower on him this week on the road.
Wow. Okay.
Little, I still a QB1, like, you know, but more maybe around the 8, 9, 10 range, or 9, 10, 11 range. Not necessarily like QB5 this week. You know what I mean? I'm high on Trey Lance this week. I think he's got top 10 performance, top 10 finish written all over him.
All right. Well, what about Javonte Mooney or Mike Williams?
As far as Javonte Mooney or Mike Williams, pick two. Javonte and Mike Williams.
Yeah,
Javonte and Mike Williams. I like Mooney by himself. I don't like him on this Bears offense in where the weather in Chicago is supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
Javonte and Mike Williams.
What's up, Twan? What's going on?
Nico's got
Yep.
facing Cup in the chip.
Okay.
All upside. Mooney is not upside today. I mean, usually
Javonte
he is.
and Mike Williams both upside.
Yep. Mooney is usually an upside play. Today he is not. So yeah, go Javonte, go Mike Will.
We got a defense question from Twan. Green Bay or Tampa Bay?
This is a good question, Twan. I checked this. I double checked this, John, last night. Go back for anybody who's got a defense question that involves the Packers. Go back. I don't think it matters your scoring settings, and look at the Packers defense home road splits. They are elite at home. The Packers defense is on another level at home. I think they have, depending on your scoring, they have double-digit defense points at home in every game. They are as rock solid as they come. In a vacuum, Tampa is better. And facing the Jets on the road, I like Tampa this week. I like them a lot. It's a great matchup. I think I lean the Packers at home against a backup quarterback, given what they've done at home. I'll pull up the specific numbers. But I know from a fantasy points perspective, the Packers in Lambeau are as reliable as you can get this year.
Yeah, I don't have those numbers.
At week 2 at home, 1 sack, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery, rock solid. Another game at home a couple of weeks later, 2 sacks, interception, fumble recovery. Another game at home, 4 sacks, interception, fumble recovery. The game against Seattle, week 10, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. You get where I'm going with this. 2 sacks, 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries. They make plays at home. Green Bay.
Right.
Green Bay. I'm bullish on that defense today. I am bullish on that defense today, just given all the variables.
And I would just like, if MJ is listening, what's popping? Just gotta throw that one out there.
There you
Cali
go.
Loco, good morning to you.
What's up, Callie?
You got a defense question. Pittsburgh
2 points
or
per
Cleveland?
sacks. Okay, Pittsburgh or Cleveland. I would play the home team. These are 2 teams that are struggling right now. Therefore, if these are your best options, give me the team at home. Because it's not like Baker's not playing well. And on the road, I feel better about playing Baker on the road than I do having a defense who's probably better in Cleveland, to be fair, but having to play
and I think
Ben
you
Roethlisberger
gotta
at home.
Take the next few questions. The chat is not loading.
Chat's not loading at all.
I gotta fix that.
All right, I see the questions, so I can continue to take them. But if you, if you want to work on the technicals, I'll take the questions for now. But Callie, I would go with the defense at home. Just Baker's not playing well right now. Give me Pittsburgh. He hate me. What's going on? Happy New Year. Hell yeah. Congrats on making it to the championship, man. Happy to help with that. If you got any questions about lineups, let us know. Okay, you just put it in. Zeke or Mitchell? In standard, I gotta play Zeke. I mean, he's your horse. He's your first round pick. He's the guy who's expected to he should get more volume. He gets goal line work. Zeke. Give me Zeke. I like Mitchell today. The matchup is phenomenal, but can't pivot off Zeke. In a game that points should be scored against Arizona, points should be scored. Ha Kegel, what's going on? Thanks for joining. Oh, I see the chat flowing in now. Good stuff. Jared Patterson, AJ Dillon, or Kyle Pitts in the flex. Full PPR. That is an interesting collection of options. My conventional wisdom wants to go AJ Dillon. Jared Patterson is going to get all the volume, so there's definitely an argument there from a volume perspective. But Dillon's got a phenomenal matchup against Minnesota. Minnesota is floundering right now. Like their team is on life support. Their season is on life support. The run defense is not good. One of their defensive tackles is out this game. One of their starters. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. But one of Minnesota's starters is out on the defensive line. It's gonna be. I think the Packers. Maybe they don't like blow them out because it's still a division opponent, but I think they have control of this game tonight, which would signal good things for the run game. So I'm tempted to say Dillon just being the better player or the player on the better team, even though he's his team's 1B, and Jaret Patterson should get all the work today. It's between those two. Dillon's on the better team, can catch passes, will be in a timeshare. Jaret Patterson, lesser talent, but should get all the work.
And if you remember in the preseason, he was a workhorse in the preseason.
I can't believe I'm kind of just disregarding Kyle Pitts, but like against Buffalo, even though it's full PPR, I think it would be one of these running backs for me.
A.J. Dillon save play, Jaret Patterson upside play.
Yep, I'm good with that. Callie, what's going on? Kicker between
just
Butker
a
and
note
McManus.
before we jump to that one. The chat, the names in the chat, you can hardly see them. I see that. I can't change that right now because we're live. It will be fixed next time we stream. So sorry about that, guys.
We're working on it.
But who are we going with, Butker or McManus?
Butker's I guess maybe it doesn't apply as much with kickers, but Butker is a week removed from the COVID list. I feel like Butker, this is an educated guess from afar. Has Butker been, I feel like he has not met expectations this year. Past 4 games.
I don't know the answer to that one.
Well, actually, this is probably his best stretch recently. 8, 14, and 12. Whereas the Broncos are playing the Chargers, and even though the Chargers aren't necessarily the most shut down unit in the NFL, they're still a decent defense, and it's Drew Lock at quarterback. I think by default, I'm more likely to say give me the kicker attached to the better offense and the better quarterback. And between these two, that's obviously Butker. McManus has been one of the best kickers in the NFL this year. And there's nothing scary about the matchup. It's just that, do you think Kansas City's going to have more scoring opportunities, or do you think Denver will? What's the weather in Cincinnati? This is something I should know.
Going down a rabbit
all right,
hole.
I'm going to look this up really quick to wrap this question up. Can you move on to the next question?
Yeah, Twan, you got A.J. Brown, St. Brown, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, and you have to drop one?
Ew.
Damn.
Cincinnati, 35 degrees,
if
cloudy.
you have to drop one, it'd be St. Brown, but I don't want to drop any of them. I want to play all of them. Why do you gotta drop?
Callie, play Butker.
Is that to pick up a defense? Why do you gotta drop?
Yeah, why? What's the no running? Oh, have no running backs. Starting Patterson. Need a backup running back. He needs a backup running back. That's why. I mean, shoot, if it's redraft then and you're not going to play one of these guys, then yeah, obviously one of them's a drop.
Yeah, and I guess it would, for me, be St. Brown, despite the fact that he's been great the past.
I can't. Yeah, I'm playing Keenan Allen and I'm playing Deontay Johnson over St. Brown. It's got to, yeah, St. Brown. That's it. It sucks, but if you're playing a redraft league, right?
If it's a choice between those guys,
then you got to
St.
drop
Brown
St.
is
Brown.
odd man out, and that's crazy because he's been a wide receiver one, but all those guys are wide receiver ones.
Yeah, the pedigree is there with those other guys more so. than St. Brown.
And I like the offense.
Got to go with those guys.
Pretty much
As far as your options, if Keyshawn Vaughn is the dude that you're targeting, who else is out there? Let us know.
And yeah, glad I was right.
Oh, whatever. What happened? What was the deal with the Bears last week?
Wasn't it Nick Foles? Didn't he?
It was Nick Foles. Yeah, it was Nick Foles. Did I really say Darnell Mooney last week, knowing that Nick Foles was going to play? All right, maybe I lost my mind a little bit.
Probably.
Whatever.
Bob, have PPR pick 2 Mitchell.
Yeah, we got this one. Sorry.
All right. Yep.
We got this. We got this one. Sorry, Bob. If you didn't hear it, Mitchell and Penny.
Yeah.
Mitchell and Penny.
And Nico, I would stick with the Javonte Williams. Or Javonte and Mike Williams.
Yep. So Tober has, as far as being worried about Justin Jefferson, he has Brandon Cooks. Man,
okay.
that's right around the cutoff.
Yeah, because Sean Mannion, he should be hyper targeting.
I think
Justin
I'm playing.
Jefferson, but I think I'm playing Jefferson. I don't think you can trust Jefferson to. I mean, if there's anybody you can trust to do the most with the targets he receives, it's Justin Jefferson. The quality of those targets are going to be terrible.
Jefferson has a high floor. Cooks has a high ceiling.
Yeah. You go Jefferson?
I think I still go Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Like he's top 5 any given week. It's too, like, the overall situation sucks, but he's that good.
Yeah. Because what you're hoping for Brandon Cooks is volume from Davis Mills,
or just he needs to hit a big play.
Sean Mannion should give volume to Justin
Which he
Jefferson,
has been getting.
And Justin Jefferson is one of the few receivers that is better than Brandon Cooks. There aren't many. Stand by that, but Justin Jefferson is one of those guys.
Yeah.
The quality of the targets is not going to be there, but he should see 12 targets.
Right.
It's tough.
It is tough, but I would play Jefferson.
And Crypto Night Vision, what's going on?
What's up,
Tell
Crypto?
me if you think I have a chance for the ship. I have Lance Javonte,
Love
Edmonds, AB, Van Jefferson, Travis Kelce, Damian Harris, Green Bay, Butler.
Yes, you do.
Versus
Dak Singletary,
Rex, Diggs,
Burkhead.
Keenan, Ertz, Renfro.
Yes.
Yeah,
of course you got a shot.
You got a chance for sure.
Oh yeah, you got a shot. I dare say you are the favorite. Dare say you're the favorite.
Yep. Yeah, I like that squad.
Let's go get it.
He hate me.
I got he hate me.
Okay, you got that earlier.
You were fixing the chat. Yeah. It's got to be Zeke.
Yeah.
And in PPR, no starting up running backs left. Had Clyde. Blah. Every backup is on waivers essentially. Trying to think of like some backup running backs I like today. To that, I guess Vaughn is fine. The matchup is as good as it's going to get. Like, I guess you're probably talking about the likes of like Derek Gore is out there. Like Latavius Murray might be out there. Like Mike Davis might be out there. In that case, I guess I don't mind the moonshot that is Keyshawn Vaughn. Yeah, I would do that. I would pick up Vaughn and drop St. Brown. That's what I would do, Twan.
Yep.
I would do that. And just hope he makes a big play in the best possible matchup he could get. The Jets are giving up the most fantasy points to running backs by a wide margin. So, yeah, Vaughn for St. Brown. Let's go get the ship.
Yes, sir. Dad 30, what's going on? Javonte today? Nick's favorite running back.
I'm a little lower on him today than I usually am, and I'm usually pretty like top 12 to 15-ish on Javonte each week. So me being down on him means he's still like, for me, the RB20-ish. That being said, like, who are your other options? There are tier breaks, obviously, that are at play when it comes to, like, do you play a guy that I feel more worried about than usual? But who are your other options? I would say he's low end. He's more I don't feel as good about it RB2 than he is slam dunk top 15. Like, still a good player in a great matchup. The team is decimated by COVID. He's playing with Drew Lock, and Denver's down multiple players on offense.
Yep.
So, yeah. But let us know who else you got. He hate me. Aaron Jones or Mitchell. I'm playing Aaron Jones at home against the Vikings. I know it's more of a timeshare this year with A.J. Dillon, but at home
against Sean Mannion.
Right, short fields could be created. Easy scoring opportunities could
Joshua,
be created.
thank you very much for the super. We'll get to your question.
Thanks, Joshua. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm playing Aaron Jones. I know he hasn't been the slam dunk RB1 this year that he has been in years past, but he's still putting up good numbers. He's still been reliable. I know Mitchell's in a phenomenal matchup, and I like Mitchell this week. I can't pivot off Aaron Jones.
Nah. Aaron Jones at home.
Yeah. I gotta. That's just me. I gotta play Aaron Jones.
Should be up early.
Yeah.
And Joshua, again, thank you for the super. Tua,
thanks,
Tannehill, Huntley, pick one.
Okay. And Rojo, Eckler, Swift, Harris, Michelle, pick 3. Eckler's got to be in.
Eckler, Rojo, Swift.
Yeah.
Swift over Michelle, knowing what we know about Michelle and how much you like Michelle.
I do like Michelle today. It's full PPR. That makes Swift really enticing.
So Eckler, Swift, RB1, RB2, and then your
Rojo has far
Michelle,
away
floor, Rojo ceiling.
Rojo's a ceiling play. Sony's a floor play. I can agree with that. Harris is a really good option too, but I think he's the only one on this group that's on the injury report.
You're hoping for touchdowns from him.
Which he should get it, or he could get against Jacksonville. It's a great matchup.
Yeah.
It's a great matchup. The Patriots are 2 touchdown favorites today. Like that, the running backs are in a great situation.
I'd be going Eckler and Swift, and then Rojo.
Rojo is the ceiling play in a phenomenal matchup against the Jets. Sony Michel is the better player, but the matchup is good, not as good.
And that quarterback pick, is it crazy? I'm going to Huntley. I'm leaning Huntley.
No, it's not crazy. Tannehill is kind of a boring option, although he's more enticing with A.J. Brown back. But it's not a good matchup. Again, Miami's playing well on defense, even though the Titans are at home. Tannehill has a little bit of rushing upside, but it's hit or miss by a game-to-game basis. On the other side of that game, Tua it's a good matchup by the numbers throwing the ball. The Titans give up lots of points, I believe, to quarterbacks. They definitely give up a lot to wide receivers. Actually, where are the Tennessee Titans? Actually, they've been pretty stout against quarterbacks recently. So excuse me, my mistake. They're good. It's a good matchup against wide receivers, not so much quarterbacks. Huntley. I mean, he's at home. It's not a great matchup. The Rams are a tough matchup against quarterbacks. They're a bottom 4 matchup. But guess what? 2 of the defenses that are more stout against quarterbacks are your 2 other options, Miami and Tennessee. And Huntley's got the rushing upside. Huntley.
And that Rams defense is stifling to opposing quarterbacks because they shut down the pass.
Right.
for their wide receivers.
Huntley might
but
be able
that's
to
not
run.
what Huntley and the Ravens themselves, the whole game plan is molded around rushing the ball, being mobile with your quarterback, and passing to the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Huntley.
Yeah, Huntley, Eckler, Swift, and then it's your call whether you want the ceiling play in Rojo with still should be a safe floor, or the better player on still a good offense in a great situation himself in Sony Michel. But there's
safer.
more downside. Yeah, there might be a little bit more. Yeah. It's safer, but maybe more boring. Rojo's got a little bit more upside, but maybe a lower floor. But
Agreed.
hope that helps. Appreciate the kind words, and thanks again for the super.
Yes, sir. Just hope you win today.
Yeah, let's get these dubs. And Nico, I want to say, or just wanted to say thanks. Appreciate that, Nico.
Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, I think that's something that I would say we pretty much pride ourselves on. We have our fandoms. We have our guys we like. We have our teams, but when it comes to this, like you throw that out the window. You throw all that out the window. It's not about who it's not about playing favorites. It's about what.
And it just so happens that a lot of the guys that we might have bias towards worked out.
Right, we like them because we like them. Not
unreasonably high on Jalen Hurts coming into the season, and he proved himself correct in having him unreasonably high quarterback 6 coming into the year. That worked out. Devontae Smith, you were relatively high in Devontae Smith. Worked out. It's a lot more consistent than everybody thought he was. Y'all know I love my Bills players. Dawson Knox turned into a tight end 1 this year.
Yes, he did.
Gabe Davis, when given a shot, has done nothing but produce. The only guy I was wrong on was Emmanuel Sanders, and it's because Emmanuel Sanders is just old and needs to retire.
he got old. There's other younger options in that offense. Obviously, Diggs commands a wide receiver 1 target share, but there are other guys like Knox emerged, like you said. But
thank you, thank you for the comment on being.
Yeah, appreciate that.
You think we're unbiased? We might be
That's
biased. It just
for.
Worked in our favor this season. But
there's going to be years where
as unbiased as possible.
Yeah, there's going to be years where we're saying don't take Bills, don't take Eagles, don't take this guy, don't take that guy.
I was saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
Before we started this.
Right. The pre-Josh Allen days, they were rough. But yeah, thanks, Nico. Uzi, what's going on?
What's going on, Uzi?
Needs three running backs.
Non-PPR, Chubb, Mitchell, Patterson, Jarrett Patterson, Javonte Singletary.
Chubb, obviously. I think Mitchell is an obvious play here, given the matchup, and he's active. From this group, there's a tier break for me from a talent perspective between Javonte and Singletary, but I like Singletary's intangibles a little bit more today. So that's I would say Javonte's a floor play, Singletary's a ceiling play.
I'd be playing
Patterson's.
Javonte. I wouldn't be
Patterson's
playing Singletary. I like Singletary, but
I like Singletary today
the fact
against
that they
Atlanta.
have Cole Beasley back means that Singletary might not get so many short dump offs. They also have Gabe Davis back, and they've kind of unlocked McKenzie, and I think he's going to be a bigger part of their pass offense, especially in the short to intermediate area. I think that impacts Singletary's and the amount of work he gets in the PPR realm and in the reception realm. It's non-PPR. Javonte.
Fair enough. Chubb, Mitchell, Javonte.
And 2 wide receivers, non-PPR, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown, Renfro, Mike Williams. The first 2.
Those first 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Go with your studs. I mean, Renfro's been a stud this year too. But
there's a tier break.
There's a talent level tier break here. Give me Allen at home. Give me AJ Brown at home. Yep. Rock with your top draft picks.
What's going on, the Hammy?
What's up, Hammy? Singletary or St. Brown? This is interesting.
Full PPR. St. Brown.
St. Brown because it's full PPR. Singletary's
wide receiver 5 over the last 6 games.
Singletary's going to get some good volume today. I think in a great matchup but St. Brown is just as safe of a floor play.
Wide receiver 6 over the last 6 games.
Yeah.
St. Brown.
St. Brown. Twan, we got yours about go get Keyshawn Vaughn.
Sotober. Sorry to hear it, man.
Yeah, Lamar burned a lot of people this year.
Darnold, Locke, Boyle for the win.
At least the most recent.
Who you going with?
Not Dalton. The weather in Chicago is supposed to be really bad today.
I mean, it's got to be Heineke or.
I think Heineke. Ugh.
Darnold. At least he has DJ Moore.
No, they're playing the Saints on the road.
Might run in for a touchdown.
No, not against New Orleans in the Superdome. No, not against. That's too good of a defense. Heineke.
That's an ugly group. Yeah, I'd go Heineke.
Heineke, at least he'll run.
Jared Patterson is adequate in the pass game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Heineke vultures a touchdown on the goal line from him. He'll run. He's got Terry McLaurin, who is, well, St. Brown is the best option as far as like the wide receiver ones for these guys. But Terry McLaurin is really good in his own right. There's a couple ancillary pieces on Washington, maybe more so than on Detroit, which would, like, Boyle's probably the number 2 option here, just because of St. Brown and DeAndre Swift. If you like that DeAndre Swift is returning, then maybe Boyle, but the weather's not supposed to be very good, or it's supposed to be rainy in Seattle. Maybe not windy, but it's going to be a little rainy.
We thought the weather was worse yesterday than looking at it this morning and what it's projected to be.
It's still expected to be like 70% chance of precipitation.
66, yep, just around 70.
So,
but less chance of precipitation, less than I thought, and less the wind.
We saying Boyle?
Isn't...
Saying Boyle?
No, I'm just making a point that I'm not as worried about the Seattle weather.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm still going Heineke.
So I think I would lean Heineke, but Boyle might be a moonshot if you think you need it, because he's getting DeAndre Swift back. So if Swift is really active catching the ball, obviously Boyle is a beneficiary of that. Heineke would be my chalk play. I'm not maybe expecting a ton, but he should be fine.
And did we skip over a question?
Did we? I don't think so.
Okay. Dream Chaser says, "Why y'all skipping over my question?" I didn't know if we.
I don't see anything. I don't see a question from you. Repost it.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I don't see a question. Sorry. Repost it.
Yep. Batuan, Tampa Bay, Chargers, Kansas City.
Tampa. Play the Bucks. They're playing the Jets. Tampa's pass rush is should cause
pretty much all their pass catching playmakers.
Yeah, Elijah Moore's not in the game, or is not going to play. Like, Tampa.
Yep. And he hate me. We got that one already.
We got that one.
Aaron
Jones. Aaron Jones for sure. Uzi needs Jake Elliott and the Patriots defense to go off today. They can do
the
that.
Patriots defense definitely too. And Jake Elliott can get it. Yep.
Patriots defense, the Patriots defense is they're a top 2, top 3 option this week. At home against Jacksonville, 2 touchdown favorites. Yeah, they should be in spots to make plays. The Patriots defense, and Elliott has been pretty consistent for the past month, or like month and a half. Outside of one game against the Giants, he had like a 1-pointer, but every other game I think has been double digits. So he's been solid. He should be fine. Both should be fine, especially the Patriots defense. Dad 30s, it's between Javonte and Jarrett Patterson. Yeah, I'm playing Javonte.
Jared Patterson, it should get 20 touches, maybe.
Right,
even,
Patterson's
going to
get the volume, but Javante's just a better player.
Yeah, talent. There's a talent tier break there, or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, Javante.
I see Dream Chaser's question now. It's down here. Jarrett Patterson or Penny at the flex.
Yeah, but we
PPR.
didn't skip that. That's just. I don't know.
It must have just gone in.
Hey, sorry about that, man. Technicals.
Must have just gone in. So I'm taking it now.
Okay.
Patterson or Penny at the flex, full PPR. Penny against the Lions.
I'd agree there.
Better, just a good situation. Just a better situation. Bears defense versus the Giants offense or the Chargers defense. The Chargers are in a really good spot against the Broncos offense led by Drew Lock, down multiple players. The Bears are in probably a better spot. Bad weather in Chicago. The Giants are a train wreck on offense. But the Bears are probably the worse defense than the Chargers.
Breaking news,
from
Carson Wentz is cleared to play.
Carson Wentz is going to play.
He's been cleared to play by a doctor.
Michael Pittman is safe to fire up.
Yep.
There you go. But yeah, good call. I would play the Bears. I would probably lean the Bears. The weather in Chicago is supposed to be bad, and the Giants are off. Like, the Giants are an offense to attack these days. Penny and the Bears.
There you go.
Boom.
And sorry about that, Dream Chasers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to the questions. Don't worry. Brady, what's going on? AB, St. Brown, Renfro, Metcalf, Sony, or Rojo. Only one of these dudes?
Yeah, what's the combination of players we're picking here? Is it pick 2, pick 3?
Yeah.
Two
how many? Let us know. I mean, I guess Rojo is number 1, I guess. Sony
Not
would be
AB.
up there. No, because he's coming into the game banged up. Like he's coming into the game with an injury designation. So no, not AB. AB would be 3rd for me here. It would be Rojo and then Sony Michel. I think the volume wins out here for me.
Okay.
Then AB because he's coming into the game banged up. So those would be my top 3. Then St. Brown, then Metcalf, then Renfro. So
I'd agree with that. I guess.
There you go. There's the order. Rojo, Sony, AB would be my top 3 choices, Brady.
But AB practiced yesterday.
Right, like he's
going to
play.
coming in with an injury designation, but he's going to play, and he shouldn't be limited at all.
Yeah.
Like Mike Evans is, and could play a full second half without Mike Evans out there. So AB is I like him more than you do this week, I think.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with AB. I feel like there's just a little more downside this week because it could be a similar game script situation as last week where, yeah, AB gets his catches and yards, but they don't need a touchdown because they're already up big in the second half and they're running. Similar game script as last week is very possible. Still results in a good week for AB, but maybe not like the ceiling. You know?
Fair.
Those top 3 are all good options.
We didn't see ceiling last week, but he got 9 for 95 or something like that.
I know.
Did he break 100? You said yesterday he did. Yeah.
Did he? Yes, he did. He had 101. 10 for 101. So it's pretty good. AB's a safe floor play. Rojo and Sony are also good floor plays, maybe more upside. Any 3 of them are of those 3. If you can start those 3 guys, those would be my 3 guys to start.
There you go.
Crypto, we got that. We got this
like
already.
That first lineup.
I like your. We like your lineup.
Yep.
Smokey the Cat, what's going on? This is tough.
Hurts or Lance?
This is the tier break here for me.
You're hoping Lance
does what Hurts has been doing. Yeah.
Exactly. You said it. You took the words out of my mouth. There you go. Hurts.
Lance is in a smash spot today, and I think he's top 10. Jalen Hurts has been
top 10.
has been top 10 all year long.
Yeah.
It's close. It's really close. I like Lance today. I think I'm playing Hurts. Like down Miles, the Eagles are down Miles Sanders. Like Hurts runs a couple extra times. Hurts.
And Twan, glad to hear you're in the ship.
Yeah, let's go, man. Who the best kicker is? You got Gay. Play Gay. There's no. Well, I guess what's the weather?
Kicker in a vacuum is Justin Tucker, but the best fantasy kicker this year
has been Matt Gay.
It's been Matt Gay. So yeah.
I guess. I know John has Matt Gay in one of our high stakes leagues.
I'm not switching him out for anybody.
I'm just asking, have you checked the weather in Baltimore? I
don't care. He's automatic for me. I'm playing him.
In 40-mile-per-hour winds with full percent chance, like with participation, like that's not the case. We're good. I was just asking. We're good.
Is that
like,
the case?
No, it's not the case. I was just asking, if that were if that was the case.
That would factor in.
Okay.
But that's not the case.
Not the case. 24% chance of precipitation, 8-mile-per-hour winds. In Baltimore
so I'm
today.
rolling with him.
Play Matt Gay. Play Matt Gay. Play Matt Gay. You're good. Play Matt
Lauren
Gay.
Jim Cooperman. How y'all doing?
What's up, Coopermans?
Championship Sunday. Yes, it is.
Let's go. Need 2 running backs. Pollard, Agumbawale, Boston Scott, Javonte Williams. Javonte and Pollard. Right? In full PPR.
Jordan Howard's playing, right?
Jordan Howard's playing. And Daria Agumbawale is just in the worst situation of this group by far, I think. Javonte and Pollard.
I mean, they're empty touches.
Javonte is a talent level tier break. Pollard has a low floor, but this is the type of game against Arizona where he could come through. As far as the wide receivers, Gabe Davis, Kenny Golladay, oh God, Laquan Treadwell or Byron Pringle, and 1 flex. Dalton Schultz or any of the above. No, play Dalton Schultz. As far as the 2 wide receivers,
I guess I'd go.
I don't feel good about Gabe Davis, but I want no parts of Kenny Golladay.
Treadwell. If there's one thing that they should take away, it's Treadwell.
Yeah.
If there's one thing the Patriots should take away, it's the number 1 wide receiver for Trevor Lawrence.
Which I guess is Treadwell. So are we saying Pringle?
I think it's Pringle. Yeah.
And he had 2 touchdowns last week, but there's no way we can ask for that again. I don't even know if we can ask for 1. He runs a lot of routes. He is a part of the Kansas City offense. Byron Pringle is on the field.
No CEH.
There's just there's like very little volume with Kelsey. Remember, Pringle got 2 touchdowns with Travis Kelsey out of the lineup. Travis Kelsey is back. That being said, Treadwell is in a bad situation, just like Agumbawale. Yeah, Gabe Davis and Pringle. Davis and Pringle, but we're hoping for 10 points combined. I think. If we get 15, that's gravy.
Yeah, there's suddenly a lot of mouths to feed in Buffalo.
Yeah, and Davis is a week removed from the COVID
now
list.
They have Isaiah McKenzie in the mix with Beasley and Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs and Sanders and Knox and Singletary catching passes, and
if Davis's conditioning is fine, he's over all those dudes.
Yes.
But we don't know if his condition, what the status is of his conditioning.
And we can't put the number 1 wide receiver for the Giants, who's finally healthy, in there above any of these other guys. But I'd be going Byron Pringle. I would in the championship.
There's no way I can. If I'm advocating for the likes of guys like Rashad Penny over Saquon Barkley today, There's zero way I can play Kenny Golladay. The Giants
Kenny
are
Golladay is only intriguing to me in dynasty leagues after the season.
Yeah,
because they should get a quarterback upgrade. That's the only situation I'm interested in Kenny Golladay right now. I'm playing
Davis
Byron
and Pringle
over Kenny Golladay in the championships.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
it's unfortunate.
And he hasn't scored a touchdown this year.
That's what it is.
It's a bad situation. Davis and
Good
Pringle,
luck to
and
you
I'm
guys.
playing Dalton Schultz. Yeah,
Hope y'all
good
win.
luck, Cooperman. What's going on, Jason?
Jason
Full,
B.
full PPR. Barrios, Renfro, or Gage? Renfro. Yeah, play Renfro. Darren Waller's once again out.
No Brian Edwards, right?
Is Edwards out? Edwards was on the COVID list last week. Did he not get off of it?
I think he's still on there.
I'm gonna double check that right now. Regardless, no, he's been removed. He's gonna.
Okay.
It looks like he's going to play. That being said, that might help Renfro.
No, Zay Jones has been better than Brian Edwards.
I mean, it puts another starter caliber player on the field.
Yes.
Renfro. Barrios could be fine against the Bucks.
You have a much better option. You have two much better options.
Renfro is better, and Gage is better than Barrios, but Gage is in the worst matchup.
But no Tre'Davious White, and that helps him.
Still a bad matchup.
But I would go Renfro, and it's not a hard decision for me. Renfro's been almost a wide receiver one.
Yep.
And he's a few yards away from breaking a record for the Raiders.
Is that like a catch record or something?
Something like that. He's about to break Jerry Rice's record for franchise record.
For catches in a season?
I believe so.
Jerry Rice has that for the Raiders? There's no way.
Or it was Jerry Rice and there's one other guy.
Tim Brown? There's no way. I mean, good whatever. Regardless, Renfro. Renfro. Archum, what's going on? PPR pick 3. Landry, Claypool, Ayuk, Jared Patterson, Devontae Freeman, Foreman, Vaughn, Barrios, McKenzie. This is tough.
Yeah, Hunter Renfrow has 92 receptions.
Yeah.
Tim Brown leads all Raiders wide receivers with 104. Darren Waller leads all Raiders pass catchers with 107.
I was like, I can't imagine Jerry Rice has a Raiders receiving record.
But he just passed Jerry Rice, 92. They're
there
tied.
You go. Okay, so he's
tied right now with Jerry Rice.
He had second. That's wild. Okay, so he needs like 12 or 13 catches to make it happen.
Yeah.
So, all right, there you go.
Which you could get in one game.
He could, but I'm not going to bank on that much volume in one game. 6 or 7, yes. Anyway, Archum's got a collection of options here.
What's going on, Archum?
Landry, Claypool, Brandon Ayuk, Patterson, Jared Patterson, Devontae Freeman, Donta Foreman, Keyshawn Vaughn, Barrios, and McKenzie. Pick 3. Vaughn, Barrios, and McKenzie are not options here.
I'd be going Jared Patterson, Claypool.
Patterson for the volume, Claypool for the upside.
Freeman? Foreman or Freeman? I'm thinking Foreman.
I would give the edge to Freeman because of the matchup.
Backup quarterback, Latavius Murray's been seeing almost the same amount of work as him.
Not last week. Not last week.
I don't know what the splits were last week.
Freeman got I think like 10 half PPR points. Latavius Murray got like 1.5.
Okay.
I would play Freeman.
PPR. Freeman, yeah.
Freeman catches passes. Foreman can too, but Freeman's still better at that than him.
Freeman, Claypool for me.
Patterson, Freeman, Claypool. I agree. Yep. Patterson, Freeman, Claypool.
And PPR, would you rather start? I'll get to your. We already got Dream Chasers.
Yeah, we got that one.
Yep. PPR, would you rather start Heineke or Huntley in the backup from the backup for the Vikings? Huntley.
Play Huntley.
I'd rather play Huntley.
Play Huntley.
Yep. And once again, good luck to everybody out there. Championship week.
Yes, sir.
Richie, should I still start St. Brown with the projected weather? You have Van Jefferson, DJ Moore, Mike Williams, Lazard, or Sutton.
Nope. Play St. Brown.
St. Brown.
Play St. Brown. There's he is a tier above these dudes.
Your camera turn off?
Did it turn off?
Yeah. It's like all the way off.
That's weird.
Didn't even come back. All right, I'll take the next question. Iago, what's going on, man? How you doing? You're still trying to... Hey, first fantasy final. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Iago Barreto. Who should I start? RB today. Zeke, Montgomery, Eckler, Damian Harris.
Oh,
Rojo.
right.
You need one of these to flex.
Cup and Chase are your wide receivers. Lock that in.
Yes.
Zeke is one of your guys. Eckler is one of your guys.
Rojo?
And I would
Rojo in the flex?
I would flex Ronald Jones. Yeah, Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery, Damian Harris to the bench.
Yeah.
Zeke,
Yeah,
Eckler, Cup, Chase, Ronald Jones. Yep. That's what I'm doing. And good luck. Good luck, man. Let's get this first final.
Shade 721. What's going on, Burrow or Hill?
What's up, Shades?
Burrow.
And
Yeah. Damian
Burrow.
Harris or Elijah Mitchell? Elijah Mitchell. Standard
Mitchell.
scoring.
Mitchell, the matchup's phenomenal against Houston.
Yep.
Run, defense, or that's an offense with run first philosophy. I guess the Patriots are too, but the matchup is as good as it gets. Mitchell. And yeah, as far as the quarterbacks, Burrow's, I feel much better about Burrow than I do Taysom right now, even despite the rushing upside from Taysom.
Yep.
Burrow's, it could be a shootout, and Burrow's looking good.
Iron never lies. What's going on, man?
What's up, Iron?
Let's get this win today. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Let's make it happen.
Patterson, is that Cordero Patterson or Jarrett? But then you got Ogunbowale, Penny, Barrios, Mooney, or Gabe Davis.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Penny over, even if it's Cordero Patterson. Penny. At home against the Lions, 75% chance of rain. That the slight edge to the run game there. Penny. Matchup couldn't be better. Well, could barely be better. Penny. Francisco, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Need two.
Burkhead, Ayuk, MBS, Beasley, Bateman.
Burkhead.
And
Ayuk is a floor play here. What did Ayuk? I feel like Ayuk didn't do much last week.
No, I think I'd go Bateman. With Huntley. Didn't Bateman have a good day with Huntley a few weeks ago?
Did he?
Yeah.
He might have.
And he had a good week last week with Josh Johnson.
I think I'm playing Brandon Ayuk. Last week he had 4 for 40 and a touchdown. I know it's Trey Lance today. It's not Jimmy G. So maybe there's a little bit more downside with a guy like Ayuk today. If the 49ers aren't throwing as much, they might be running the ball more. But Ayuk is a tier break over Bateman. Despite the up and down season.
No, the last time Huntley played, it was
there's a tier break between
targets.
Ayuk and Bateman. What's that?
In the last game with Lamar, Rashad Bateman had 8 targets, caught 7 for 103. And then in the last game with Josh Johnson, he had 4 for 26 and a touchdown. But in the game with Tyler Huntley, he had 1 target, or caught one of 2 targets for 5 yards. So I don't know if you can go
Ayuk. Ayuk. The 49ers might run the ball more today.
Over MVS?
Yeah, first game back from the COVID list for him and Beasley.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Ayuk. There might be 20 passes thrown in this game. But if Ayuk gets 4 for 30 and a touchdown, in a much better matchup, I live with that.
There you go.
Ayuk.
Let's get this win, man. Salim Keshwani, what's going on?
What's going on, Salim?
Cooper, OBJ, or Evans?
Cooper.
You're not going OBJ?
No, Cooper's. For me, it's like it's draft position here, and Cooper was a higher pick.
Playing the Ravens, who just got eviscerated by the Bengals.
I know. But Cooper's in a good spot as well at home.
Everybody ate last week for the Bengals. Everybody ate. OBJ is the wide receiver 2 there. He's gonna eat.
I know he's gonna eat.
A lot of that work for Cooper might end up going to CD and Gallup. I don't know. I don't know if it's clear cut Cooper.
I'm playing Cooper. He had a he went public with some personal frustrations about not being targeted on third down and in the red zone more, and the Cowboys went and got him involved. And he had like 18 to 20, like 18 half PPR points, maybe like 21, 22, 23 last week in full PPR. At home, Cowboys are playing better recently. In a game where points are going to have to be scored. I think I'm going Cooper. If I can only start one of these dudes, I think I'm going Cooper. I like Odell this week. I do. Ravens, the best. If you want to play the matchup, it's Odell. But I think there's a
okay.
There's a ceiling level. There's ceiling level potential from Cooper that I don't think Odell has.
Okay.
Odell's got the best matchup. My gut says Cooper.
Okay.
My gut says Cooper. You drafted him higher than OBJ. Still, it's a good offense. It could be a shootout in Dallas today. Points could be scored. They just dropped 59 on a team last week. It was Washington, but 59 points is 59 points.
Cooper had a game last week. 18
Cooper had a game.
PPR points, I believe. So yeah,
at home.
Cooper. It's fine.
I'm feeling Cooper.
Chris Berry, half PPR. Michelle or Zeke?
What's going on, Chris?
Zeke.
Need some upside. Yeah, I mean, they're both high floors, like strong chance for a ceiling. It's got to be Zeke.
Yeah,
he's your first round pick. I know Michelle is in a smash spot, or in a very it's maybe not a smash spot, but it's a very favorable situation because not only is Darrell Henderson on IR, but Cam Akers is not going to play. But Zeke was your first round pick. At home, he's guaranteed volume. Zeke.
Magneto, what's happening?
What's up, Magneto?
Philadelphia Eagles or Chicago Bears defense?
Both good options today, for different reasons. The Eagles are playing a Washington team that appears to be spiraling out. The Bears are playing the Giants, who have spiraled out. I think I give a slight edge to the Bears, but it's close. The Eagles are a top 8 option this week, if not higher. But I think I'm going the Bears. The weather in Chicago is supposed to be bad. The Giants quarterback is bad, no matter who it is. I think I give the edge to the Bears because Taylor Heineke is a better quarterback than whoever is going to play quarterback for the Giants.
True.
Chicago. That's my call. Slight
but
edge
I like
to
the
Chicago.
Eagles defense a lot.
I like the Eagles today too, but between them and the Bears, I give a slight edge to Chicago.
What's going on, Bing Bong?
What's up, Bing Bong? Good morning.
Should you start Dylan, Carter, Scott, or Patterson?
Jared Patterson is a floor play with not much upside, but volume should be guaranteed. Dylan, I think, is Dylan's got a little bit more upside, but he's in a committee. But he's got a great matchup. Packers at home. I haven't double checked, but with Man, they gotta be 10-point favorites. That favors the run game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Packers are just checking this really quick. 13-point favorites. Almost 2 touchdowns. I think Dylan. I think I prefer Dylan slightly over Patterson's volume.
There you go.
Personally,
Justin Jefferson or Amon Rodgers
or
St.
Amon
Brown?
Ra St.
Or Amon Ra or Amari and or Amon Ra.
If Amari Cooper is one of your options here, I would play Cooper. If that's an Amon Ra St. Brown typo, I don't know that I can pivot off of Justin Jefferson for him. As good as he's been, I don't know if I can pivot off Justin Jefferson for Amon Ra. I don't know. That's not a trigger I'm sure I can pull. Amari, I could. Because of the upside for that 2-touchdown game.
And we're both going Hurts over Stafford, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes. Hurts over Stafford. Stafford should be fine.
So
Hurts has the rushing upside.
Start Dylan, pretty much.
I think I lean Dylan over Patterson. I think Jefferson over Amon Ra. But if that's Amari Cooper, that's who I would play. I would play Cooper, and Hurts over Stafford.
If you want to go with the guy that's getting all of the work, Jarrett Patterson, I will say that.
Right.
But we both like Dylan at home. He's going to be splitting work, but they
Packers
should be up. They should be going to him early and often.
Running the ball in the second half.
But if you want the guy that's guaranteed work, it's Jarrett Patterson. So if you want the safe play, to me, the safe floor play, Jarrett Patterson.
Yep.
I don't know if Dylan is a ceiling play.
Ceiling might not be the right word.
He just might have a little bit more upside to boom.
More upside.
Whereas Patterson just might get steady work and end up with a 10, 13-point week.
And he just added an extra addendum right at the very end over Michael Carter as well. Yes, I don't have good vibes on Michael Carter today, having to play the Bucs.
Yeah, that whole Jets offense, I'm not.
Avoid.
But thanks for your questions, Sad J Cutler.
What's up, Sad J?
Philly D versus Wildin' Ass Heineke. Green Bay versus Minnesota quarterback.
Green Bay. I'll repeat what I said earlier because I have no problems saying this again. Go check Green Bay's defense. Go check their home road splits. They do work at home. And playing a backup quarterback as 2 touchdown favorites, that's the defense I want to play. Everything that applies to what we just kind of said about the run game, as far as like being at home, being favored, should be running. That same logic applies to the defense. Because they're playing with a lead, therefore they can tee off, and the opposing offense is more likely to play their way into making mistakes.
And hey, if I thought the Minnesota backup quarterback was a halfway decent backup quarterback, that might make a difference to me.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going up against, the Philadelphia D going up against Heineke. But if you're Sean Mannion level, that's enough of a tier break to me to where, you got to attack that offense. Go Green Bay.
Yeah.
Go Green Bay.
Green Bay. Yep.
Yep.
At home, they're a different animal.
Raul, what's happening?
What's up, Raul?
Good morning. Happy New Year's to you too. You're rolling with Trey Lance and Ayuk stack today. All right.
Do it.
Good luck.
Do it.
Let's hope they get a touchdown. Trey Lance has got that top 10. I don't know. I have visions of him busting a long run for a score. I need some spirit bomb energy to bring that into existence. So hey, I'm wearing
all good vibes.
The Piccolo, come on, spirit bomb.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Spirit Bomb energy for a big run from Trey Lance today.
I got you.
I'm feeling it. Sad Jay, we appreciate you finding us and coming in and hanging out. Appreciate
Absolutely.
the kind words. Yeah, man, we'll be around in the off season. Our plans are.
And good luck to you in the finals for sure, man.
Plans are still being finalized, but we'll be here. We'll be around.
Yeah, we got to come up with a schedule. We got to come up with a game plan for the off season. But we'll be here in some form of capacity. We'll be here.
Yep.
But thank you again. E-Will, happy New Year's to you too.
What's up, E-Will?
First time fantasy player. All right.
There you go.
Welcome to the club.
Made it to. All right. Good stuff. Let's go. Let's get this win. Let's get one more. What do you say? Oh, that's right. I do remember we said Burrow over Brady. That was that worked out. That worked out. Brady threw 1 touchdown. Burrow threw a lot.
yeah.
Burrow did more.
Yeah.
Let's just say Burrow did more. Yeah, man, you're welcome. If you got anything else for this week, let us know. Otherwise, good luck, man.
Yeah, I love to hear it. Cool. That was my entry into fantasy. I started, and I won the first league that I ever joined. And it was the rest is history. I've been hooked ever since. So hopefully the same thing happens to you, E-Will.
Let's get it.
Glad we could help you get there. Chris, what's going on? Start 3.
What's up, Chris?
Higgins, Deontay Johnson, A.J. Brown, Ronald Jones. I mean, A.J. Brown, Ronald Jones, and then it's between Deontay Johnson or T. Higgins for me.
If it's full, yeah,
I think I'm going Deontay.
Even if it's full PPR, I think I need to play. I think I need to play Ronald Jones this week. T. Higgins is coming off almost a 200-yard, 2-touchdown performance. It is really hard to ignore that. If he gets half of that today, you're thrilled.
Yeah. But Deontay in Roethlisberger's last game at Heinz Field.
Yeah, that's tough.
He should have a day. I'm not moving off of A.J. Brown.
I'm not moving off A.J. Brown, even though there's
T. Higgins.
There's a little more downside with A.J.
If I'm moving
this
off
week
of anybody,
of the matchup,
it's Ronald Jones, and I don't know if I'm moving off of Ronald Jones in such a great matchup for T. Higgins. Not when Mike Evans should be playing only half of the game.
I hate
Antonio Brown's injured.
I hate that T. Higgins might have to be the odd man out here, but he might have to be the odd man out.
Okay, well, how's this? A.J. Brown and Ronald Jones for sure. Upside play T. Higgins. Safe play
floor play
Deontay.
Safe play
Deontay shouldn't get you more than 20 points even in a half to full PPR. He should be a lock for anywhere from 14 to 20 points.
12 to 15 is like
T. Higgins can get you
30.
25 to 30. Right, he's the moonshot.
But he might get
So you got to make that distinction yourself.
Yeah.
But we would absolutely play A.J. Brown and Ronald Jones. Right?
AJ's got to deal with those tough Dolphins corners, to be fair. But A.J. Brown is also a guy that you drafted ahead of all these dudes, so for good reason. So he's got to be in. And yeah, I like the idea of playing the running back in the phenomenal matchup, like the best matchup of the year. Anytime a running back plays the Jets, it's the best matchup they will have all year.
30 points to opposing, more than 30 points to opposing running backs.
And then I think I would lean Deontay if I think I can play it safe with a guy who's regularly a wide receiver 1. If I want a moonshot, Higgins. And not that Higgins is a moonshot, because he's safe as well. I think Deontay's floor is a little safer. So you're talking about 2 dudes with wide receiver 1 potential.
I mean, you're talking about one being the wide receiver 1 in their offense.
Right.
And the other being the secondary option in an offense that has 3 very good options.
Some weeks he's the wide receiver 1.
Yes.
Deontay is the wide receiver 1 every week.
All weeks. Yes.
Most weeks. Almost all weeks.
Even when he has a dud and fumbles the ball and stuff, he still gets the touchdown like he did last week.
The safe money is Deontay. The house money is T. Higgins.
Yes. Yep.
Jason,
hey,
what's
good morning,
going on?
Jason.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck to you too. And
Yeah,
you got
good luck to
predictions on
everybody in
Corderell,
championship
asks
today.
the other Jason. You have some thoughts about Corderell that you've been pretty
I'm just worried.
low on him.
I'm worried about this week because the matchup is not good. As you know, from a if him lined up as a running back perspective, the matchup is bad. As with pass catching capabilities out of the backfield, that helps him. But on the whole, this is a bad matchup for the Atlanta offense. They're on the road outside in Buffalo against the Bills. Like, this is a lopsided matchup on paper. The Falcons offense against the Bills defense is a lopsided matchup on paper. Patterson he survived last week because he scored a touchdown, but I think he only got like 6 touches and didn't do much else with those other touches. I'm a little concerned about Cordero today, Jason. That being said, like, I think like 8 to 9 points in half PPR is a fair expectation. That's a boring flex play though. Like 10 to 12 points, okay, now we're talking. Like I could live with that. I'm not sure I can predict one of his. Not that I'm not sure. There's no way I can predict a ceiling game from Patterson today. Given all of those intangibles. 15 points, I would be pleasantly surprised. 10 to 12, I could see that. 8 to 9, I feel like is like a realistic expectation. I think there's downside today. I do. That's how I feel about that.
Sorry, I'm checking stuff out. Yep. Just looking at the weather for a few.
For Buffalo?
Spots there. No, checking up back on Seattle, checking up on New York.
Okay.
But thank you for getting that.
Sure.
Cordero,
My thoughts have been thrown into the universe, Jason. Hope that helps.
Antoine, AJ Brown, or St. Brown for Detroit?
Did we get this already?
I would go AJ Brown for sure.
It's got to be AJ.
Yeah.
Play your stud. Play your dude who you drafted high. I know the matchup's not good, but it's AJ Brown, and he's at home. That's an equalizer for me.
But thanks to you, and
play your stud, and you're welcome.
I hope
man.
y'all win too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Get this win.
Scott Sharp, same to you. Let's get this money.
Yes, sir. Let's get these wins.
Jim, what's happening? Pick
what's
one.
Up, Jim?
Jacoby Myers or Devontae Parker or MVS?
Oh gosh.
Devontae Parker.
That's my conventional wisdom pick, but he goose egged last week.
Yeah, but it's not like Gesicki's been great.
No, he hasn't been.
Been the Waddle show. If anybody's going to be the ancillary option there.
It's a good matchup by the numbers, but yeah, Jalen Waddle is clearly that team's wide receiver 1.
Then do you moonshot for MVS?
MVS is a swing for the fences pick, Jim. If you think you need upside,
the safe plays Devontae Parker. The upside plays MVS.
What has Myers done the past couple of weeks? I feel like I haven't heard his name recently. I was very high on Jacoby Myers coming into the season. Oh, and he's questionable with a thigh injury coming into the game. Not something that should keep him out, but still. Jacoby Myers has been boring the past 2 weeks. 6 for 59, 6 for 44. Jacoby Myers is a boring pick if you think you could get away with like what should be a decent low floor, if that makes sense. We're talking like a low end wide receiver 3 option, but he shouldn't goose egg. Devontae Parker's got more upside, but probably has a lower floor than Jacoby Myers. MVS has the highest upside, but he's a week removed from the COVID list. I would say moonshot is MVS. Somewhat safe play is Devontae Parker with maybe upside for a touchdown. Boring play with little upside for a score is Jacoby Myers.
So basically you don't want to play Jacoby Myers.
I don't think so.
Hey, if I was you, I would probably be going MVS. But I'm more inclined to go moonshot in the flex in championship week. And
Fair.
Jason B, quarterback question, Huntley or Taysom? We've gotten this one already. We both went Huntley.
Huntley, I mean, Taysom's rushing upside is there. Like, you're interested in these guys for the same reasons. Huntley has
better weapons.
A slightly better. I mean, Kamara is an elite option, but there's nothing else there. There's a deeper collection of pass catchers for Huntley.
Mm-hmm.
Huntley.
Mr. Crowler, what's going on? JV, Freiermuth or Schultz? Schultz.
He's been a tight end 1
It's
this
close.
year.
Freiermuth has been a tight end 1 over the last 8 games. Schultz is slightly safer.
Yeah.
And I can't say either has the upside. I mean, you're hoping for 4 for 40 and a touchdown from Freiermuth. You're hoping for the same from Schultz. I can't say one's a higher upside play, so I would just play Schultz knowing that he's a little bit safer.
Mm-hmm.
Live creation, what's going on? Russell Wilson in rainy weather or Taysom Hill with the rushing upside? This is tough because Russell Wilson I don't trust.
It is hard to trust him, although he somewhat came through last week.
And the week before. Yep. I guess I'd go Russell Wilson. I know the weather, rainy.
It's really close.
I'd go Russell Wilson.
It's close, but I would slight edge to Russ. The weapons are better. Like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are better than Marquez Callaway and Traquan Smith.
And for what it's worth, the weather right around the time that they're going to be playing, 39 degrees, 74% chance of precipitation, 12 to 13 mile an hour winds. So it could be a lot worse, but it's definitely not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough to where if you're playing Seahawks pass catchers, you might have to think. You have to at least think about alternatives. You might not be playing alternatives. You have to at least think about them for guys like DK Metcalf and stuff. But I'd be going Russell Wilson over Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed.
And Mr. Crowler, congratulations heading to the championship. Like to hear it.
Let's go.
Start at the flex. St. Brown, Zeke, CeeDee Lamb, Javonte, or Edmonds.
Zeke. Play your first round pick. That's wild that you have all these dudes.
NTE start Fant, Moreau, Komet.
Who are your wide receivers that CeeDee Lamb is in the conversation for the flex? Like, do you have Kupp and Devontae? Like, who are your wide receivers, Mr. Crowler? Where CeeDee is like in a flex conversation. That's crazy. That being said, still Zeke. And for the tight end, did you say Moreau?
Yeah. Of those options, I'm not trusting Fant. I know Tim Patrick not in.
Jerry Jeudy not in.
So Fant gets a little bit of a boost.
It's a great matchup by the numbers.
But he hasn't shown any consistency.
I know.
If I'm trusting him, I'm trusting Cortland Sutton too, and I'm not trusting either of them. I'd rather have Moreau's recently.
No, I don't trust Cortland Sutton.
I'd rather go
Denver's
Moreau's
got good
who's on a
cornerbacks.
hot 2-game stretch.
Denver's got good cornerbacks. They have bad linebackers.
Moreau.
I
can't trust Fant. What's he done?
Harder. 3 for 30, 5 for 57, 4 for 51, 4 for 33. Now we're going back to games where Teddy Bridgewater was playing, though.
I like Fant.
In his last game against the Chargers, he had 3 for 12. Moreau. Fant is impossible to trust. I liked him a little bit more. This week because the matchup is almost as good as it gets.
Okay,
but
again, we're going high upside floor. Moreau is the floor play with
more
with upside that's similar to what Fant's upside would be. but Fant is the upside play if you want to go for the moonshot.
But it's a moonshot play. It's not a safe play.
Moreau is safe and has almost the same amount of upside.
Moreau is safer. We knew this was happening, but it is now official. Lamar Jackson is officially inactive today.
There you go.
So there you go.
And for anybody that missed it, Carson Wentz is starting for the Indianapolis
Carson
Colts.
Wentz will play, so you can say
Cam Akers is not starting today. He's
Cam
not
Akers
playing.
is not playing today. Yeah, so it's the Sony Michel show.
There is optimism that James Conner will play in Week 17 against
But
the
that
Cowboys.
means I expect him to operate as the 1B, not the 1A. So Edmonds is a good play today in full PPR.
Where would you rank him?
Edmonds?
Like high end RB3, low end
No.
RB2,
Safe RB2.
mid tier RB2. Okay.
Mid RB2, but more. I feel like more favorable for upside than concerned about downside. Like I like Edmonds today. Top 15 option.
We'll get back to these questions in a second. Just want to say Tyler Conklin is expected to play today. He had a hammy issue.
Had a hamstring injury this week. Can't trust him with the backup quarterback.
Yep. Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon both playing. Both coming in a little bit banged up, but both playing. They've been coming in banged up all year. They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Howard expected to play this week. So slight downgrade to Boston Scott.
Yeah, and it could be a difficult situation to predict in general. I still don't hate Scott, but yeah, a little bit more risk.
Elijah Mitchell expected to play.
Yeah, top 10.
Antonio
options,
Brown,
top
Mike
8.
Evans expected to play. Mike Evans going to be limited though. Might only play half the game.
There are tier breaks there.
Those
but
are the updates that I have.
There we go. Cool. Always good to do these double checks.
Iron Never Lies. It was Patterson or Jarrett Patterson. Okay.
Let's go.
Same
Right.
same difference.
You're playing Mitchell, I think. Right.
Penny.
Wasn't it or Penny? Right. You're playing Penny.
Yep.
Still playing Penny. Francisco, you're welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, man.
Darius, what's going on?
What's going on? Taysom or Tua?
Taysom.
At that point, I'm going Taysom too.
Between Tua and him, it's Taysom. It's a good matchup for Tua by the number. Well, for wide receivers, it's not a good matchup for quarterbacks. Taysom. More rushing upside.
Yep.
Adam Blank, what's going on? Patterson in the lineup now. Keep him there, or he's got Boston Scott and Keyshawn Vaughn.
I'd keep him there.
I'd keep him there. There's downside this week with Cordero Patterson, but Boston Scott and Keyshawn Vaughn are not options that move the needle for me. So I would leave Patterson in there and just hope for the best.
And yeah, you got to roll with Brady, especially him getting back.
Yeah.
AB for sure, and Mike Evans for at least half the game.
Even in a limited capacity, that's enough for me. Where it's like, I gotta roll with Brady.
Yeah, I mean, who are your other options at this point?
Right. The only guy with
Unless
a compelling
you picked
argument,
up like Huntley or somebody like that, or a Trey Lance.
The only guy with a compelling argument for me is Trey Lance. Outside of that, I'm playing Brady. And even with Trey Lance, I think I still give the slight edge to Brady because
Brady.
he's got two of his wide receivers.
Yep. And Gronk. Archam, pick one. Ogunbowale, Foreman, Vaughn, Gore, Justin Jackson. And hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Of course. I'm going Foreman among this group.
Sticking with us every stream.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of these streams.
Yeah.
I'm going Foreman of this group.
Foreman's the safe play.
Safe starter on a team that wants to run the ball at home. The matchup is not great by the numbers, but Tennessee's a good enough offense.
More exciting than the Ogunbowale volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foreman.
And Vaughn and Gore are both. Vaughn, Gore, and Jackson are all satellite guys.
I'd go Gore, Vaughn, Jackson this week too, if you wanted to.
Right, but Foreman over all of them.
Yeah.
Foreman over all of them.
C-Buck.
Yep.
What's going
What's
on?
up,
Start
C-Buck?
2, Jarrett Patterson, Rex Burkhead, Rashad Bateman, Braxton Berrios, A.J. Dillon, or Mike Evans? Jarrett Patterson and Mike Evans?
I got to
Or is it A.J. Dillon, Mike Evans?
Yeah, So I have to play Evans with this group and hope for the best. I gotta hope for the best. I know it's dicey. I know it's
we
he
haven't
might
made
only
the
play
point
half
yet.
the game.
I don't think that he's trying to break that, or trying to continue that streak of getting 1,000 yards every season.
Right, he needs 101 yards. They might funnel him. They might funnel him targets and work early and try to get him out of there. The hope, obviously, is one of those catches is a 25-yard touchdown. It's dicey, but it's championship week, and he's your best option from this group as far from a talent perspective. So even at 50% of the snaps, if that's what he ends up playing, I'm playing Mike Evans. Because you're playing a dude who's dicey like that on Mike Evans, Jarrett Patterson is a safe counter.
Because he's going to get probably around 20 touches on volume. Offense. Right.
So I think in this situation, I give a slight edge to Patterson over Dillon because of Patterson's expected volume, because I want to play Mike Evans. But Dillon is another ceiling play. If you're looking, C-Buck, if your situation is like I'm a big underdog and I need upside everywhere, Evans and Dillon. If you feel good about your situation outside of these options here, then I might give the slight edge to Patterson over Dillon because of Patterson's expected volume. But Dillon is an upside play in addition to Evans. I don't want to play given these options. I don't want to play Rex. I don't want to play Bateman. I don't want to play Barrios.
Agreed. And for the next two questions, I am staying away from Michael Carter. Michael, I'm going Javonte. And
don't play
Bing
Michael
Bong,
Carter.
I'm going AJ Dillon.
Yeah, I don't like Michael Carter today against the Bucks.
Yep.
Bad matchup, bad vibes all the way around.
Not a fan.
Nope.
Notorious TBG. What's going
on, man?
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Let's get this win.
Championship deciding question. All right, rank these tight ends: Gerald Everett, Pat Fryermuth, and Noah Fant. Well, Noah Fant is last. Sorry.
Yes, he is. I think I go slight edge to Fryermuth and then Gerald Everett.
Fryermuth and Everett, yeah.
I like them both.
Both have been hot. They've been on a hot stretch.
Both have been steady. Fryermuth's coming back from a concussion. I think they're both
Gerald Everett's going to be dealing with a little bit of weather.
Pretty good matchups, yeah. Ben Roethlisberger's last game at home against Cleveland. Fryermuth is 1A. Gerald Everett is 1B. Fant is 3.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Fryermuth would be my... I would ultimately play Fryermuth.
Gerald Everett this week is close.
I like Everett this week. I've liked Everett in general. I liked Everett all season long. Coming into the season, I liked Everett. Fryermuth has done enough where in this situation I put him over Everett.
And yo, Tajikarp.
What's going on, Tajikarp?
What's poppin'?
Start 4.
Osborne, Foreman, Patterson, Lazard, Ogunbowale, Fryermuth, Foster, Moreau, Mornar. I like that. Mornar.
That's
funny.
That's Middle Earth's tight end right there. For Foreman, Patterson for the volume. I would not play Osborne because of the backup quarterback. I would not play Ogunbowale because you have Foreman and Patterson in there. I would play Fryermuth, and then it's between Lazard and Foster Moreau. I think I lean Lazard because I'm already playing Fryermuth. I don't know. There's something about playing two streaming, not streaming, but not. They're both good tight ends, but they're not slam dunk tight ends. Therefore, I don't want to play two of them.
Yeah, PPR, you need to have. I think I'm
playing Lazard.
You need to have Lazard in there.
Yeah.
The PPR, that's also a benefit to Osborne. I know the quality of targets he's going to be getting is not going to be good, but he could see a fair amount of work. You could see a fair amount of targets. I don't know if it's enough for me to start him out of this lineup if we're only choosing 4. For me, it's definitely Foreman, definitely Patterson, definitely Lazard, and then it's your preference.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hoping for 4 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown from Freiermuth? Are you hoping that Ogunbowale just gets all the work and falls into the end zone? He feels a little bit safer to me. And yeah, I think Osborne is the moonshot. I'm not going moonshot with a backup QB that of Mannion's caliber.
Osborne.
But
no, I'm
in
not playing
PPR,
Osborne.
It's kind of
Foreman
enticing.
pattern, yeah.
I'm going.
Foreman
It's either Freiermuth and that last spot or Ogunbowale for me.
And I'm playing Freiermuth.
And
safer.
It's
to me
safer.
Feels safer.
No, I think I don't know if it's safer.
I think it is. I'm worried about Ogunbowale.
Because if he doesn't get that touchdown, you're hoping for a touchdown from either.
Right.
Ogunbowale should get 15 to 20 touches.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're hoping for 4 catches for 40 yards. I've been
kind of discarding Ogunbowale this weekend.
I think
but I'm worried about him. I'm worried about this matchup. It's bad.
It's a bad matchup, but I mean, if you're going workload, who else is there to catch passes if they shut down Treadwell like we alluded to earlier, what we think might happen? I think I'm going Ogunbowale over Freiermuth in PPR.
Okay.
But Foreman, Patterson, Lazard for sure. It's up to you whether or not you want to go Ogunbowale or Freiermuth.
Yeah, agreed.
And hey, glad we could get you through to this point.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Bing bong with Tevin Coleman out. Don't care. Michael Carter, I'm not playing him if I.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
I like the talent, don't like the offense as it stands right now.
Right. And in this matchup.
Yep.
Not good.
Duke era, Jarrett Patterson or Dario Ogunbowale at the flex. Patterson,
and the difference is the matchup.
Yep.
The volume should be similar. Game script might be similar. The matchup is worse for Ogunbowale. I just don't want to play him on the road against New England if I can play Jarrett Patterson.
Yeah.
2 different leagues. Does that mean you have this option in both leagues, in both scoring? I'm going Patterson in both scenarios. That doesn't change the conversation for me. I would play Patterson in both. If you want to hedge, your bets and play one in one scenario and one in the other, that's your call. I prefer Patterson, like universally.
Yes. Agreed. But you got a kicker question, man.
And Nick Folk or Jake Elliott. Folk is currently questionable. Yeah, I think Folk is questionable. I think he's on the injury report every week because the Patriots just like to do that. I'm playing Folk with the Patriots 2 touchdown favorites and him being a top 3 option each week regardless. Obviously, if he's like, if it's 12:55 and he's ruled out, then pivot to Elliott. But if Folk is in, play Folk. In this matchup, play Folk.
Yeah. I'm going to agree.
There you go.
Even though I'm not the authority on kicker questions. Juan Polito, what's going on? Damian Harris or Saquon Barkley or Jeff Wilson? Oh, man. Damian Harris over Barkley. Yep.
Harris for sure.
I don't like – you can't trust Barkley. You can't trust that offense.
Don't trust Saquon.
Yep.
If your question was Saquon or Jeff Wilson with a healthy Eli Mitchell, then it would be Saquon. But because Damian Harris is an option here, it's Harris. And it's kind of easy. Saquon is impossible to trust. Impossible.
And Michael, got to start 2 in non-PPR. Gage, Claypool, Bateman, AJ Green, Osborne. Claypool.
And Gage?
It's either Gage or Green.
Yeah, it's either Gage or Green. Gage is a boring floor play with downside, but he's a floor play.
Green going up against Cowboys.
Green against Dallas.
Should be a shootout. Could be a shootout.
Points should be scored or could be scored. Honestly, the pressure is on the Cardinals. The Cardinals are not playing well right now. That being said, Green, I think, has a decent ceiling because of the upside for points to be scored. Gage is a boring floor play.
Yes.
But Claypool, I think, should be in. And then, it's your call given Do you want the boring floor play in Gage? Do you want the upside in Green? But I would say his floor is potentially 0.
Yes, I would agree. And thank you, Michael, for
sir
being in here.
Yes, sir.
You got any more questions? Let us know. Francisco Augusto, Browns, DST, or Steelers? I believe we got this question earlier, and we went with whoever's playing at home.
The Steelers.
Right.
They're a run funnel right now. It could be a really good game for Nick Chubb. Could be a huge game for Nick Chubb. But at the end of the day, I like the Steelers' chances to potentially make plays over the Browns defense, because if I had to pick this game, it's two teams that are not very good, so give me the home team. In Ben's potentially last start at home against Cleveland. There's some extra emotional intangibles at play here in Pittsburgh's favor.
Yep.
Steelers.
And Juan, Jacoby Myers, Lazard, or Antonio Brown? You got to go Antonio Brown
Dude,
this
AB.
week.
AB.
AB?
Yeah.
Yep.
Play your stud.
I believe he's 6th in points per game this year.
This
for
is
wide receivers.
AB is AB over these. Yes, AB.
And Iron Never Lies. Have a nice game day as well. Good luck and Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
Hope come Tuesday's stream that you're a victor.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to see a bunch of winners back here on Tuesday. I want to see a bunch of championships. Let's make it happen.
Well, hey, don't worry about it, but thank you.
Not necessary, but appreciate it. Not necessary.
Same goes to you. Hope you have a favorable outcome after the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
Tim Shields, do I start DK or Gage or Pitts or Gabe Davis? Or wait, Juan Fryermuth.
We missed a question from Juan. Fryermuth, Moreau, or Knox? Full PPR. Knox, right?
Knox. Yep.
Play Knox. A better match. Like, nothing scary about the matchup. Beasley and Davis being back don't concern me that much because they're both coming back from the COVID list. I think Knox could be the 4th option today, but it would still be the 4th option of a great passing
Knox
attack.
almost scored 2 touchdowns last week. He only scored 1, but he was he got 2, except one call got called back on a penalty because there was an ineligible O lineman down the field who was filling in for somebody who's injured and will be playing this week. So shouldn't have to worry about that eventuality.
Atlanta's not a favorable matchup by the numbers against tight ends. Just throwing it out there. I still like Knox. I still like Knox. If you want the matchup, it's Moreau. The Colts give up. If you want to play the matchup game, it's Moreau. The Colts give up of these guys in these matchups. The Colts give up the most points to tight ends. If you want what I think is the best player, it's Knox.
With the best quarterback. Yep.
With the best quarterback, yes. Yes.
All right, Tim, we're getting to your
now
question
we can get to Tim.
Who do you start, DK, Gage, Pitts, or Gabe Davis?
Oh,
I think you got to go DK. I know it's supposed to be windy in Seattle, 13 miles per hour.
12 to 13 mile per hour winds, right?
12 to 13 miles per hour winds.
That's not bad.
70% chance of precipitation, 8 degrees above freezing. So, in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I think these dudes are enough for me to say play DK.
DK.
I don't feel good about I know, and you can't trust DK. I don't trust DK either.
Hey, I'm in a position where it's either DK or do I go Mike Evans? And right now I still have DK in.
I mean, that's kind of like look at the alternatives that Tim's dealing with. Like, I think like Mike Evans is easier to trust on 50% of the snaps. This is like Gage, Pitts, Davis. We're talking. I think this is a tier break. Like,
yeah, I think you got to start DK.
Significant enough where it's like, okay, play DK. At least he's playing the Lions. The Lions, if there's ever a game where DK should just be able to like physically win a game, like the Lions don't have a corner that should be able to cover DK. Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. I think there's a tier break here where I'd play DK.
Yeah, I would too.
Despite the vibes not being great, the conditions might not be great. these other guys don't move the needle for me. I got to play DK and hope for the best.
And Caleb, full PPR, Darrell
Caleb.
Williams or Rashad Penny. This one's close.
It is close.
Is it?
Williams is on the much better team. Penny's in the much better matchup. If you want to play the matchup, and you know, I think Penny might be in a little bit more of a committee than Darrell Williams, because if DJ Dallas mixes in, if Alex Collins mixes in, Penny's still the favorite to get the most work in a great matchup. Williams is just a much better offense, much better quarterback, much better team. Not as good of a matchup. If you want to play the matchup, Penny. If you want to play the more favorable situation, Darrell Williams. And in that situation, and you know, given these two options, I like players I like players on good teams. I do. I like players on good teams. It's close.
Just going through the updates right now. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Marquise Brown, active.
Okay. Caleb, I would say Penny is your safe play with upside. Williams is also safe.
It's hard to say which one for me is the safer player, which one's the higher upside play. I feel like Darrell Williams would be the slightly safer play.
Penny's the upside
just
play.
Because the offense feels a little safer.
Both have good
like
floors.
Penny is the high upside play.
Both have good floors. Penny has a high ceiling. Williams has a high floor. If you need the upside, Penny. If you need the safe play, Williams.
Yep. And Notorious, back to Everett Fryermuth. If you also have Deontay Johnson and you have Chubb,
no, it's not too much
exposure.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about it's for 1 week. I'm worried about getting the best players in my lineup. I'm not worried about like the distribution of targets and you know, oversaturation. You know, all these words. I'm not worried about that. I don't mind doubling up on Steelers in this game. I'm not too concerned about that.
Mark Ingram not playing.
Mark Ingram's out. Okay, so Alvin Kamara was already in your lineup, but gets a slight boost.
Emmanuel Sanders not playing.
Emmanuel Sanders is out.
Yep.
That's a vote of confidence for Davis and Beasley in their return from the COVID list.
Yep.
And also it's a vote of confidence for Isaiah McKenzie, but we have to see how that plays out before we could ever advise starting him with
and I think he does earn some touches moving forward at the expense of Cole Beasley.
Sure. I can't disagree, but from a fantasy relevance standpoint, the path is harder.
Yep.
But anyway, hopefully that helps, Notorious.
Twan, Kansas City or Tampa Bay's backup running back. So Derek Gore, Keyshawn Vaughn.
Vaughn, just because of the matchup.
Yeah. Jets, 30
Vaughn
fantasy points to opposing running backs.
You know, Mike Evans is going to play, but he's unlikely to play a full complement of snaps. Like they're going to be relying on other players to mix in and contribute. Vaughn could be a candidate there because of the
feels
matchup.
like the higher upside play, whereas
Gore could mix in.
Gore
Gore's
feels
decent.
like a slightly safer play.
Good little player.
Because I feel like he's guaranteed to get more touches, but the matchup is firmly in Vaughn's favor.
What did Gore do last week? He had a good game.
Yeah,
12 for 43, 3 for 61.
Yep.
One of those. I think the catch. There was a catch where he went over 40 yards on one play, so he made it
right. He's a little bit safer. He's a little bit safer.
Yeah,
but if you're going against matchup, Keyshawn Vaughn.
The matchup is
safer play for just
Vaughn.
You know you're walking away with some form of points. Derek Gore.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Vaughn is upside. Derek Gore is safe.
Mitchell Grady, Elijah Mitchell, Noah Fant, Braxton Berrios, pick 1, full PPR. It's also tight end premium.
Mitchell.
Okay, good to know.
Mitchell.
I
know I understand worried about Mitchell because Lance, yes, injury, yes. Play the dude who's going to start and should see 12 to 15 touches against the Houston Texans. Elijah Mitchell. Not high on Fant despite the tight end premium. The matchup is great. Fant has not been great, and Drew Lock is not good.
Yeah.
Elijah give me the running back. It's
enticing this week because no Jerry Jeudy, no Tim Patrick, but
it is enticing. Top 2.
Elijah Mitchell is a much safer bet.
Chargers give up lots of points to tight ends. They do. Chargers give up. The matchup is great for Noah Fant. Almost couldn't be better.
Yeah.
Give me the starting run. Give me San Francisco's starting running back against Houston.
Yes.
Lock it in.
And E-Will. Wide receivers, Debo, CeeDee Lamb. Need one for the flex. Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Rashad Penny. Also, Brady against the Jets or Burrow again?
Burrow again, because double down on Burrow against Kansas City. I like Brady, but there's just more downside with no Godwin, and game script they could be running again in the second half against the Jets. Right. Like Brady might get. Brady got one touchdown last week.
Passing yards, but Burrow is safer. He has pass catchers all over the place.
Maybe they come back to the mean a little bit this week. Maybe Brady only threw 1 touchdown last week. Maybe he gets 2, maybe 3 this week. So maybe Brady has a better performance this week. Maybe Burrow comes down a little bit this week just because you can't replicate those numbers.
Yeah, but you got the stack if you're playing Jamar Chase.
But you've got the stack if you do Jamar Chase and Burrow. I agree. I'm still advocating for Burrow. The ceiling is slightly higher because there still should be points scored in this game against Kansas City.
Now, would you go Jamar Chase, Debo Jamar Chase, and then either CD Rashad Penny in the flex? Or would you, if you're starting Burrow, just to make sure you have that stack?
What's the score? I do wanna play Chase and Burrow. If I'm playing Burrow, then I also want to play Chase and swing and let's swing for that stack. Let's swing for the stack.
And then who are you playing in the flex? Rashad Penny or CeeDee Lamb?
Full PPR CD, half and
against
standard
Arizona.
Penny. Full PPR. If it's full PPR, I'll play CD. Give me my wide receiver. If it's half or standard, give me Penny.
Penny feels a little safer to me.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna get rushes. He's gonna get touches in a rainy day where they might lean more on the run than they normally would, which is crazy because it's Seattle.
I know.
Do it anyway. But CD, especially in any sort of PPR format, would be the moonshot play for me. Penny feels a little safer.
And CD's not a moonshot, but he's a little riskier, but floor should be fine. Upside is higher, is high for CD.
And depending on the format, yeah.
But
we would go for that stack, the Cincy stack.
Yep, play Debo for sure.
Debo and Chase.
Burrow
at QB.
Yep, and then who
are your running backs again?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Or might have put it in already. Sorry, Will. There's a lot of questions, so I don't necessarily remember everybody's lineup.
Yeah, let us know who your running back is. Running backs are, because we might advocate starting Rashad Penny over one of them, depending on who they are.
I'm trying to see if I can go. I'm scrolling up to see if I can find it. I don't either.
Yeah. So let us know. We will.
Yeah, let us know.
John Alvarez, what's going on, man?
What's up, John?
This is the week. Yes, it is.
Let's go.
RB pick 2, Kareem Hunt.
No.
Penny, Jarrett Patterson, Burkhead. Penny Patterson.
Penny Patterson. Yeah. I don't trust Kareem Hunt, despite the phenomenal matchup being questionable on Monday night. If he's ruled out or if he's limited, you're stuck. If the vibes aren't if it's Kareem Hunt might be limited going into the game, you can't pivot to D'Ernest Johnson. I would not wait for Kareem Hunt on Monday night. Give me Penny. Give me Patterson. Burkhead should get volume, but it's a bad matchup by the numbers. San Francisco is strong against running backs.
Yep. And Derrick Henry 2K season. What's going on?
going on, man?
Damian Williams or Rashad Penny? Rashad Penny. If it's Darrell Williams, we'll have a little bit more of a discussion. But if it's Damian Williams, Rashad Penny for sure.
If you meant Darrell Williams, don't play Damian Williams. By the way, you could
anywhere.
If this is Dynasty, then I guess hold him. But if it's anything else, you can drop Damian Williams, just stash somebody else.
Khalil Herbert's better.
Right. Even though they completely went away from him, which doesn't make sense.
Nagy and Sirianni, they don't like their rookie running backs. It's okay.
I guess, whatever. He popped for them while Montgomery was out. Anyway, Darrell Williams, if that's the dude, Darrell Williams has an argument as a safe floor play, but I would play Penny.
And Will, thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
You didn't have to do that.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you, but definitely let us know who your running backs are.
Yeah,
so we can give you a little bit more of an informed answer there.
Yeah, I'm curious because a Javonte Williams type who I love week in and week out, I have ranked below Rashad Penny this week. So yeah, I would be curious to know.
Yeah,
but very kind, appreciate that.
And Michael, let's get this championship.
Let's get these wins, guys. That's the plan.
Uzi, you're torn between Javonte, Singletary, Jarrett Patterson, or AJ Dillon in standard.
I have the same concerns you do, Uzi. As much as I love Javonte, I'm a little worried about him this week. I hate to admit. Between Javonte, Singletary, Patterson, or Dillon, I think I'm playing Javonte over these guys. There's a talent level tier break for me, for him, and all of them. Singletary is the other, or not the other. Patterson's going to get all the work, but Singletary is the other 1A here at play. Matchup is good. Game script should be in his favor. That being said, the Bills are constantly.
I think I'd rather play AJ Dillon than Devin Singletary this week.
Really, you'd rather play Dillon in over Singletary?
Yes. In standard? Yeah.
Matchup is great for Dillon.
Yes, there are other people in the offense that can vulture touchdowns on the goal line from Dillon, but he's the primary running back once they get into the red zone. You see it. Aaron Jones oftentimes comes out of formation completely.
That's true. Dillon does get more goal line looks.
Singletary, yes, he's there on the goal line.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen is a threat, and they get a bunch of playmakers back who should take away a little bit of work from him in the passing game. Not that it matters much because it's standard, but it does matter a little bit. I would be going A.J. Dillon at home against the Vikings. Should get up early.
Okay.
He could.
13-point favorites.
He could get 50 yards, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Wouldn't surprise me.
One, and you're thrilled.
Yeah, no, but I think today it could be one of those weeks that like we saw a few weeks ago. Now I know in that week that I'm referencing, Aaron Jones went out, but I think even if Aaron Jones plays, AJ Dillon gets 2 touchdowns that game, and that's the game I'm kind of referencing. I think they could really just run away with it.
Over the last 4 weeks, the Vikings are a middle of the pack, like around 15, 16, 17 option as far as fantasy points allowed to running backs. They're middle of the pack. So nothing scary about the matchup. Not a smash spot, but nothing scary about it. The Chargers, Javonte's opponent, are 6th in the as far as most fantasy points allowed to running backs over the last 4 weeks. The matchup is heavily in Javonte's favor by the numbers. The situation is not in his favor. I'm okay if you're concerned about Javonte, Uzi, and if you're just not feeling it in your gut, heart of hearts, in your gut of guts, you're just like, I don't trust Javonte today. Dillon is a fine pivot. I
all
agree.
Fine pivots.
I agree.
If I'm choosing one to pivot to, it'd be Dillon.
It would be Dillon. I agree.
But they're all good pivots.
Uzi, I would play Dillon. If you don't want to play Javonte, if you want to play the most talented dude, if you want to play the talent, it's Javonte. If you want to if that's not enough for you to want to play him, Dylan. And I understand because of
Javonte does
Javonte's
get a
situation.
little bit more of an edge in his favor because the team will be without Jerry Jeudy. The team will be without Tim
Sure,
Patrick.
he might catch a couple extra balls, but
right,
in standard,
so
that's neutralized.
Right, but he just might pick up a few more yards. He
Sure,
could
sure,
get
sure,
you
sure,
a few more
sure,
points.
sure.
It's more opportunities to get a long one and score. But so if you're moving away from Javonte,
I would play
given
Dylan
all
if you
that,
want.
I'd go Dylan.
Yeah, I would play Dylan.
But that's only if you're moving away from Javonte.
Right. Which at the end of the day, of course, is your call.
Yes.
But Dylan would be the pivot if you want to move off him, and I would be okay with that pivot because I have similar concerns about Javonte today.
And Volcano, I would go Tyler Lockett. He's safer.
Yeah, Lockett. I mean, he's 2 weeks removed from being off the COVID list, not one. Got to think his conditioning is back up to where you want it to be. Therefore, he's more reliable than DK Metcalf.
Yep. And C-Buck, I would go Mike Evans out of that group.
Evans.
Yep.
Play Evans. Just hope for the best. Play the best player. There's a tier break there. Play the best player. Play Evans.
What's going on, Swole?
What's up, Swole? Eagles,
Cowboys?
Bears,
Cowboys.
Oh, Eagles, Bears, Cowboys. The Bears. Slight edge to the Bears. Because Eagles or Bears, I think, are the top two options. I think the Cowboys are good as well. The one downside with the Cowboys is they are playing far and away the best offense of these three. So the Cowboys would be third for me. Like, all three of them are top 8 options this week.
I'm playing the Eagles over the Cowboys. I don't have the Bears, but I am playing the Eagles over the Cowboys.
I'm playing the Bears over the Eagles. Slight edge, Bears over Eagles. The Giants are a train wreck and an offense to target, and the weather in Chicago is supposed to be bad. That, I would think, should favor the defense over the offense if the ball is sailing, if they're trying to throw it.
Yep.
Bears.
And Pitts or Moreau? I would go Moreau, full PPR.
Oh my gosh, I hate that we've had some Kyle Pitts questions today, and he's been completely disregarded. But against the Bills, I think the Bills are still giving up bottom three production to tight ends for the season. Tre'Davious White being out does not factor in when considering that Pitts has a brutal, awful matchup today. By the numbers, the Bills linebackers are good.
I mean, it's no secret at this point. If the Bills defense has a weakness, it's against the run. But unless there's 30-mile-an-hour winds, the Bills will beat you if you play that game against them. But I would go Moreau. Dustin James, standard A.J. Dillon or Jordan Howard, and why? A.J. Dillon for everything that I just said about A.J. Dillon. Jordan Howard does come back, but now he's in a 3 to 4 way committee, right?
2 or 3.
Boston Scott, Kenny Galladay, or not Kenny Galladay, Kenny Gainwell.
That's the group.
And Jordan Howard, and Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
But Dillon is I think the better player at this point right now. Better player than Jordan Howard, better offense, better rushing attack in Philly, but more unpredictable as far as who's going to get work on a situation by situation basis. Dillon, it's Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, and that's it for Green Bay. They're 13-point favorites, almost 2 touchdown favorites at home. Nothing too scary about the matchup. Vikings are like a middle of the pack defense the past 4 weeks as far as giving up production to running backs. So not great, but not nothing to worry about. All of the intangibles line up for Dillon at home, getting work, chewing up clock with the Packers with a lead. Again, 2 touchdown favorites. By all indications, the Packers should have this game in control by halftime. By the third quarter, it's give respect to the Vikings as a result, or as being a division opponent, give them that benefit of the doubt. But we expect the Packers to have this game in control.
Yeah,
that favors the run game. That favors Aaron Jones. It favors AJ Dillon. Howard should be in a good situation as well, but he's coming into the game banged up. He has got an injury designation coming into the game. He's going to play, but he's not 100%. Dylan's not on the injury report. All intangibles are in Dylan's favor.
And Blake Rains, thank you for subbing. Much appreciated.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I wanted to run through these questions so that we make sure we get to everybody's questions before the all-important kickoff today.
Yes, sir.
So let's run through these just to make sure we're all caught up.
Let's do that.
John Alvarez, much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a happy New Year to you too, and good luck. And let's go Dolphins. I don't know. I'll take that back. No, I'm not rooting for the Dolphins.
This Bills fan can't do that.
Duke era, Javonte Williams or Jarrett Patterson?
Williams.
Javonte.
Play the talent. I know there's bad vibes about the Broncos today, but if there's anyone who's not a bad vibe, it's on that offense, it's Javonte Williams. Play the better player. Play the better player.
And Tim Shields, Jarrett Patterson, Russell Gage, Gabe Davis, Ramondre Stevenson, Kyle Pitts.
Patterson.
Jarrett Patterson.
I just got done saying he's not the better player, but that's to Javonte Williams. Over these guys with the volume that he should see, Patterson. Gage, bad matchup. Stevenson, COVID list coming off 1 week ago. Pitts, Davis, bad matchup. Davis, 2. Patterson.
Yep. And Ross Martinez, sit one. AB, Deontay, Jamar Chase, Sony, Rojo.
God. Sit one of these dudes?
Sony?
I guess.
Or AB. Are you sitting AB?
If it's full PPR, Ross, I don't know if you doesn't look like you did. If it's full PPR, I'm sitting Sony. If it's standard, I'm sitting AB.
Okay. Agreed.
I don't want to sit AB. If it's standard, I would play Sony. If it's half or full PPR, I would bench Sony. I don't feel good about it, but
let us know your format though.
Yeah, Rojo is a strong upside play that I probably lean over Sony. I do like Sony's situation today, but Rojo's got far and away the better matchup. Deontay and Jamar, I want to play those guys. I want to play AB too, but in standard, I could sit him for Sony Michel.
Yeah, your format matters here.
Yeah. Yep.
Jason B, Darrell Williams or Sony Michel?
Sony, and I feel comfortable about that. The difference is You
got Mahomes at quarterback though. Do you want that stack with Darrell Williams? He can catch passes. I expect him to today. Darrell Williams. I love stacks.
I like stacks. Stack.
I think I'm going with the stack.
I'm going Sony. I love stacks. I'm going Sony. I still go Sony. It's the better player, and Derek Gore is a satellite running back who will get work. I don't know who's going to back Sony up today for the Rams. Somebody, but they are further off the radar than Derek Gore is.
It's not the highest correlation stat because it's quarterback running back, but Darrell Williams can catch passes. So
yes, he can.
Hey, we're split here, Jason. We'll see.
Yeah, we're split. I love stacks, but there is a situational tier break here.
True.
For me, that pushes for. I want to play Sony.
Okay.
If you want to play the stack, that's up to you. That's your call. I would play Sony.
I'd play the stack. So sorry, man. We're split.
We are split.
And Will or Ross Martinez, your full PPR?
I'm sitting Sony. So I can play AB.
Yep. King Lionel, pick 2. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Trey Lance and Tyler Huntley is who I would pick.
Yes, sir. I'd play. Yep. Give me Trey in a great matchup. Give me Huntley because of the deeper collection of pass catchers for Huntley. You like all these dudes for similar reasons. Taysom Hill, I think, has the worst collection of pass catchers to work with.
Yep.
Lance and Huntley.
And Dustin James, I would go Fant with no Jerry Jeudy, no Tim Patrick, and Drew Lock out there. So
Chargers give up top 3 production to tight ends on the year. Fant is hard to trust, but in this scenario, I'll play Fant. Pitts has a bottom 3 matchup by the numbers today. Yep.
Chris Levin, thanks for joining us. Flex PPR, Renfro, DJ Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Melvin Gordon need 2.
Amon-Ra.
Renfro. Amon-Ra and Renfro?
Yeah.
Amon-Ra, DJ Moore if you want.
Not Moore. I'm looking at Melvin Gordon.
Okay.
I don't call me a hater. I don't hate DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore. I hate his situation. I don't care that the Saints are
the only situation he produced in was with
Darnold. I understand. He's going to see Lattimore. The Saints are a good defense. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay. St. Brown, Renfro. Have PPR.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon. I don't hate Melvin Gordon, but he dudded in a huge way last week, and him and Javonte are both coming into the game with injury designation. So I guess Renfro and St. Brown. Yeah, I think St. Brown for sure, and I'll give the edge to Renfro. I don't hate Melvin Gordon in a bounce back situation this week. But the fact that he's not fully healthy, I'll give it to Renfro.
And Surf, Moreau or Higbee? I would go Moreau.
Foster Moreau. Great matchup by the numbers. Once again, no Darren Waller. I don't trust Tyler Higbee. I just don't.
And Jason, your question just came through. I can answer it real quick. Keep Swift in there. Oaquis, happy Champs Week to you too. Pick 3. I agree. AB, Higgins, Pittman, or Renfro. Also Herbert or Lance at quarterback. That first question, pick 3.
AB, Higgins, Pittman.
Yeah, those first three.
I know I like Renfro, but there's upside with all those other 3 dudes, and it's Champs Week, and I want to play upside.
If you want to go floor, AB, Higgins, Renfro. If you want to go upside, AB, Higgins, Pittman. Agreed. And at quarterback,
Justin Herbert. I love Trey Lance. I love Trey Lance.
Go Justin Herbert with all of his weapons. No Jared Cook.
Mike Williams is off the COVID list. Austin Eckler is back. Did they get Rashawn Slater back? They didn't have him in the last game, I believe.
I do not know.
I think he's in. I think he's playing. That's a boost to their offensive line, is my point. I like Lance this week. I do. Herbert's a guy that I don't think I can play over him. Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert's a top-end QB1.
Yeah.
And yes, I do think that Zeke will play
he should.
Today.
I think whatever he was dealing with a couple of weeks ago from an injuries perspective, I think he's over it. He's not on the injury report.
Apparently he got clocked at the fastest time that he had ran since week 6 last game. So by all accounts, his speed and burst is back.
Play Zeke.
To what it was at the beginning of the season, not peak Zeke. But
we're playing him.
At least he's a rock solid RB1. Yep. And Notorious, you rock too. Much appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. See you
Tuesday. Good luck today.
With these rings. We're going to get these rings.
E-Will, thank you. Ross Martinez, thank you.
Yeah, we got that.
Tim Shields, Bengals kicker or Philly? McGoldson or Elliott?
I give a slight edge. Evan McPherson by the numbers. It's not a good matchup. I believe in him though. I believe in McPherson. Jake Elliott's in a great spot today. He is. It is on the road. What's the weather in DC supposed to be like? I'm gonna check the weather on this really quick. Can you take the next? I'm gonna answer this question. Who answered it? Tim. Yeah. I'm going to get to this question. Can you take the next one? I'm checking the weather.
Yes. Yep. E-Will, Ronald Jones, Devin Singletary, Darrell Williams, A.J. Dillon, or Elijah Mitchell. Is this pick 1? Or this was your question to who are your running backs, right?
Oh. So like bench 1 for Penny is the or to get Penny and
right. So you're playing Ronald Jones and Darrell Williams, or Elijah Mitchell, or Rashad Penny. Who are you playing? I know you're playing Ronald Jones. Who else are you playing?
I think I heard
over
Mitchell
Penny.
Got Mitchell, right?
Elijah Mitchell over Penny?
And I would play Mitchell over Penny, yes.
Okay. Would you play Darrell Williams over Penny? or CeeDee Lamb?
No. I would play Penny over Darrell Williams.
Would you play Penny over CeeDee Lamb?
Full PPR, no. Standard and half, yes.
There you go. We will. Good luck today,
Tim. I'm checking the weather. I'm going to answer your kicker question.
And Jason B, on that question of Sony versus Darrell Williams stack with Mahomes, I can play both. Oh, that was that Swift question. Leave Swift in there.
Leave Swift in.
Joshy Swaney, what's going on? Elijah Mitchell, Sony Michelle, Rojo, or Chase Edmonds? Rojo or Elijah Mitchell or Sony Michelle or Chase Edmonds? No, I would go Rojo. Best matchup.
Yeah.
She'll get all the work. She'll get the majority of the work.
Rojo and Elijah Mitchell, I have as top 10 options this week. I'll give the bump to Rojo if you can only play one, but if you can play two, Rojo and Elijah Mitchell. Tim, man, this is a tough call. I guess a slight edge to Jake Elliott. The weather is fine in Washington, D.C. There's no wind concerns, and Washington's defense is worse than Kansas City's. The Bengals at home should move the ball. The plus potential narrative to the Bengals kicker is if Kansas City's defense is able to get the Bengals offense to stall out in scoring position one or two times, if not a couple more. If that's the case, McPherson might find himself kicking 40, 50-yard field goals, or at least one to two of those. I think the Eagles have potential for 1 to 2 extra scoring chances over the Bengals this week, just because of the matchup. The Bengals are a better offense. If you want the kicker attached to the better quarterback and the better offense at home, it's McPherson. If you want what I ultimately think is the slightly better more favorable situation, it would be Elliott. Both should be perfectly safe. There is no conditions to worry about from a weather perspective for either one. I think Elliott might be safer. McPherson would be upside. There you go. Hopefully that helps.
Yes.
Good with it?
I believe so. Give me a sec, man. I gotta do some all right, let me swerve. Surf. Thank you. Much appreciated. Chris Levin, same thing. You were leading on Monroe and Renfro? Okay.
Okay. If that's your gut, if that's what your gut is telling you, go with your gut.
Yep. Oaquis, glad we could help.
Yes, sir.
Let's get that dub. Raymond,
yes,
what's happening, man?
What's up, Raymond?
What do you guys think about the Broncos' 12-man COVID situation? Would you start Javonte Williams or Boston Scott? Javonte Williams.
Despite I know the vibes are bad with Denver right now. I'm not playing Boston Scott over Javonte Williams. No. Play the better player.
More than anybody is somebody we haven't even touched on yet. That's Courtland Sutton. When we saw Courtland Sutton operate as a wide receiver 1 in fantasy, it was with Drew Lock at quarterback. Jerry Jeudy wasn't there. And Tim Patrick wasn't established yet. So technically, if we're to ever see wide receiver 1 Courtland Sutton this season, it would be this week.
For what it's worth, guys.
He's a low-end wide receiver 2 for me this week. But high-end wide receiver 3.
Well, for what it's worth, Greg Allman, he's a Tampa Bay Bucks reporter. Somebody asked him on Twitter if he's seen Mike Evans out there yet. Greg Allman on Twitter. Mike Evans is out for full squad pregame warmups now. Looks fine, quote unquote. Looks fine. Play Mike Evans today. Anyway, just wanted to get that out there.
All right, and we are going to wrap up these last few questions and then probably try to get out of here early because I got some deliberating to do over my own lineups that I haven't quite solidified.
Some last-minute decisions have to still be made. Yeah. You already know.
Yeah, and earlier in the year, we would go right up to 1 o'clock, and then in some lineups, I'd be starting the wrong person, make the wrong move. So I don't want to make that mistake this week.
Right.
So let's get to these last questions. Dustin James, stack Dynasty PPR pick 1 Metcalf, AJ Dillon, Saquon Barkley, Mike Williams. That concludes my championship week.
Oh my God!
If you're picking one,
I think Dillon.
It's just Dillon or Metcalf for me.
It's Dillon or Metcalf.
And I would Dillon
Metcalf,
feels safer.
Dillon feels safer. Metcalf is maybe the moonshot play between these two guys, but he's not trustworthy even a little bit. I think I go Dylan. I think I go Dylan, and I think I don't. I think Dylan. I think there's a tier, but I think Metcalf has done nothing recently. I caught like a 40-yard touchdown 2 weeks ago. Dylan feels safer with enough upside as with the Packers as 2 touchdown favorites. Dylan. I'm playing Dylan over Metcalf, over Saquon, over Mike Williams. Yep.
And Raymond, Boston Scott or Jarrett Patterson? Jarrett Patterson.
Patterson. Both should be okay as decent RB2s. Maybe boring RB2s. Patterson has a clearer path to more work.
Yeah.
Because Jordan Howard is going to be active for the Eagles.
And Rodney, 3K play DK. I don't know what that is in reference to. Who is 3K?
Is that DK Metcalf?
3K play DK? I don't know.
He stinks.
Run that by us again.
Yeah.
Raymond, you have CMC and Henry in my IR. Still made the finals. Damn. Yo, good job. That's good management right there. Bad luck on CMC and Henry. Never would have saw that. I mean, never would have saw the Henry injury coming.
If that's CMC, dynasty, I can't imagine that's unless you made a trade like early in the season. I don't know if this is redraft.
Either way, congrats for being in the ship.
Either way, yeah.
All that matters is you made it. So
yeah, you're there. You're in the game. You're in the game with one game to win. This is exactly where you want to be.
Tim, you're welcome. Hope y'all win this week.
Yes, sir. Let's get these dubs.
Same with you, Raymond. Huntley or Trey Lance?
Trey
Lance. It's
go
close.
Trey Lance. Better weapons, plenty of upside. Phenomenal matchup.
Yeah.
Phenomenal matchup. Trey Lance, man. And Dustin, you're welcome.
Yep. Glad we could help. And yeah, does anybody else have any more questions for us on Championship Week before we?
You could also throw it. You can post it if you've got anything else you're grappling between. Post a comment on one of our videos. We'll hope we can hopefully get to it in these last 30 minutes. But we are at the end of this chat.
And if there's anything that you guys would like to see in the off season for us to do, throw that in the comment section too. We'll take a look at it.
Which we can talk about that on Tuesday as well as like kind of
Raymond, you made a crazy ass trade. What was the trade, man?
Oh, that was to get, I guess, to acquire one of either McCaffrey or Derrick Henry, I assume.
Fair. Yeah, but what was the trade before we shut down?
Curious to know about it. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple questions in the comment section.
What's that?
Boston Scott, Saquon, Keyshawn Vaughn, Terry McLaurin, Jarrett Patterson.
Say it again.
Boston Scott, Saquon, Keyshawn Vaughn, so no. Terry McLaurin, Jarrett Patterson.
Terry McLaurin, Jarrett Patterson, or Saquon.
He said he's leaning either Patterson or Saquon.
It's hard for me to go to Saquon. I know that's the name. It's hard for me to go to Terry McLaurin too, because I know that's the name. Is it crazy that Jarrett Patterson might be the best out of the group this week?
Might be crazy.
That's tough. That's tough.
Something to think about for the comment section, but yeah. I don't see the trade, but I do think we have reached the end of. We're coming up on the end of the stream with a half hour to go before kickoff.
Thank you for your chats. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the subs.
Good vibes out there
Rains,
for everybody.
Appreciate it.
Everybody playing in the championship game. Congrats on being here. This is what we play for. This is what we work toward. Let's bring it home. Let's talk about these championships on Tuesday. And if you're still playing on Tuesday because your league goes to week 18, we'll do what we can to help you out there. But I think for most it's championship week. So let's get these rings. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate together on Tuesday after we get these championships. We'll talk about that. And
Best of luck.
We can discuss potential offseason plans, but for now we got a game to win. So yeah, best of luck, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Will, thanks for the super. Joshua, thanks for the super.
Appreciate it.
Austin Bonner, thank you for the super. Everybody else in here, good luck, and we will see you on Tuesday. Have a great day, everybody.
Let's get it.